trick. You got to keep Fiona happy. And I know just the place. Tucson Appliance.
Welcome to Tucson Appliance, where we have the best prices on an abundance of appliances.
If we get this one, they can deliver tomorrow. And in the morning, I'm making waffles.
That'll do, donkey. That'll do.
Now we can live happily ever after.
Only at Tucson Appliance,
where you are our priority.
KCUV Tucson, a Cumulus Media station. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Cheers to the kings of football.
And with the last chance of the game, he'll lift his ball forward. Simon thought about coming, steadies at home. It's knocked down and only finds Ferran Torres. His final touch of the game. He had the decisive touch as well. Spain, for the second time in their history, have won the World Cup.
1-0, your final at MetLife, New York, New Jersey Stadium. Has Argentina gotten a shot yet on goal? Asking for a friend. Has Argentina gotten a shot yet on goal? The best team won this thing, and it was pretty evident. Pretty evident yesterday as Spain, a team that we talked about all tournament long, passed like no other, defended like no other. What did the keeper have? 7 clean sheets in this event. Clean sheets, for those of you that are not soccer vernacular aware, that's the soccer term for shutout. The Spaniards were just simply dynamite in winning their second ever World Cup tournament, completely taking Mr. Messi and company out of this game on Sunday. 1-0 the final. To the victors go the spoils. And Yamin Lamal, again, not and it was interesting. They talked about it on the broadcast yesterday. Didn't necessarily have the offensive performance that some of the other major stars did, the Messis and the Mbappes and some of those players who scored 7-8 goals in this event. He was not that necessarily scoring type of player, but still put on quite the display in showing the world that he is one of the dominant players, and if not the player to watch, one of the players to watch for sure moving forward as we go on in this football life. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get on the program. We went out to dinner last night. My mom, my wife, my mom has a new friend who is about her same age, in the 90s. You know, it's never a bad thing for mom to meet a nice fella that's around her age. And so we all went out to dinner last night, and we were sitting next to a table where literally this guy had on his Spain jersey, and so I think he might have been with his parents, because his parents were sitting on one side, he was sitting on the other side. He had his Spain jersey, and in the chair next to him was his Spain flag. So literally he had been walking around Tucson somewhere Sunday draped in his colors of red and gold. Somewhat of a performance there by the Spaniards, fellas.
It was absolutely a performance. Yeah, no, the defense for Spain was going to be the thing that was going to either win or lose it for them when they got to this point. Because, again, the idea that Argentina was going to go and play a little bit of that bully ball that they've been going after them. They've been going after a lot of teams, trying to get them to over-pursue, over-commit, and just give themselves the opportunity for some counterattack. Particularly, we saw it a lot since the end of the knockout stage, but Spain kept composure. They kept calm. They made sure to only do the touch passing where they could best control the ball, though they had a couple of instances where they were getting a little desperate, which I think both sides were once you were getting closer and closer to extra time being finished, because once you get to penalties, anything can happen. So the fact that Spain was able to eventually find that opening And the best part about it is the amazing presence of mind for the Spanish attacker to not try to head the ball towards the net, head the ball back into play and allow Torres to get the follow-up and put the winning goal away. That's the kind of play that ends up winning you a World Cup.
Yeah, they won because of Lionel Messi. Because for 16 years, he was every player on that Spanish side's hero.
Mm-hmm.
And the tiki-taka style, DK, came from FC Barcelona in 2007, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, perfected by this year's World Cup winning Spanish side. I mean, you said no shots on goal for Argentina. How many goals do you think that the Spanish goalkeeper how many shots on goal do you think the Spanish goalkeeper saw throughout the entire tournament?
I would say less than 15.
10. 10.
Yes.
10 shots on goal.
No, Simon did not have a lot of work.
And they played 9 matches. Right?
It's
1,
about-
2, 3,
about
4, 5,
one a
6, 7,
match.
8 matches. So basically, you're talking about what we're really talking about to people who really don't maybe follow the game is, Spain, DK, has 11 Kyrie Irvings on their team. 11 guys who are sure-footed, can handle the ball, understand short passing game. That's the tiki-taka style. When you have 11 incredibly skilled and on the same page, obviously all those guys coming up together, playing keep away in the midfield, as Dragon Ball said, that's about as dangerous a team as you'll ever see with the counter. Really fast, Argentina can go from the midfield to putting the ball in the back of the net time and time again. We've seen it, the best goal-scoring team. But Spain made sure that they never had an opportunity to build anything. So they just kept keep away the entire time. And, when you have the skill to be able to do that, and how many poor passes did we see from the American side in their 5 games they played?
More than a few.
Less than we've seen in previous World Cups. This team played with a lot of class this year, this U.S. side. But it's just a completely different game, DK. When you're talking about people growing up from the age of 3, 4 onwards, with that pressure becoming all-time great, that's what we're looking at with teams like England and obviously Argentina, Brazil, and Spain. It's just a completely different level of skill across the board. All of those guys could have been the leading goal scorers for Spain if they had just switched positions. But it's really the midfielders that really dominated possession, and Argentina just never had a chance.
I want to show, before you continue, Dragon Ball, I want to show the folks, if you're watching on our video, any of our video channels, we stream the show on YouTube. We are also on Twitch. I just want to pull up what the shot map looked like here in this game yesterday. This is for both halves here. You see all those red things at the one end. That is Spain shooting at the Argentina goal, and those 2 little nuggets there at the other end. That's basically what Argentina had on the offense.
I mean, it just seems like there's almost 12 guys out there sometimes.
Mm-hmm. It almost seems like there were 12 guys going up against 10 guys, which sadly Argentina, they did end up finding themselves having to play a man without once you got to the extra time period. But the other part of it too, there's always that one little statistic that I always kind of look at that kind of tells a story, but no one that really understands soccer doesn't really grasp it. Spain was caught with 4 different offsides calls, while Argentina only had the 1. What does that tell you? Spain was looking to get the ball up the field far more frequently than Argentina was. Argentina wanted to make sure they had possession, get to their spots, and try to focus their offense when they had control of the ball. Spain was just trying to go and outrace Argentina to a spot. And more often than not, Spain has been able to do that. Argentina had a bit of a better ability to catch Spain being over-aggressive, getting in with the offside trap, and Spain ended up missing out on a couple of different opportunities. Again, this could be a 2-0 game if not for an offside call there near the end of the extra time. But that was really kind of the main thing, is that Spain was far more the aggressor in this contest than Argentina was. They were just looking to try and get that one perfect shot, while Spain was just seemingly saying, we're just going to collapse in front of the net, get somebody in the space, and make sure that we're going to force the goaltender for Argentina to make a play, which, to be fair, he made a lot, but there's only so far that can go. You could ask Tim Howard all about that. How many times can a goalkeeper keep a team in the game? And that answer is usually until he can't keep them in the game anymore.
I didn't see Spain being aggressive at all. What I saw was Spain doing everything they could to prevent any kind of break from the Argentine side, which is really what you have to do. So when they did build up, it was slow, it was methodical, and rarely ever on a 2-pass situation. It was always 6 or 7, meaning that Spain made sure that they had their mids ready and their defenders back just in case any kind of situation broke, from the Argentinian side, because that's how they scored a lot of their goals during this World Cup. Again, the team that scored the most goals. But I just think Spain came into it with the game plan that they've had against everybody else in the world, but specifically against this Argentinian side where you just cannot give up any kind of, bad passes in the middle. And so when Spain did, there was a period there, especially in the second half, where the Argentinians were super dejected. Mm-hmm. That's a team that's used to getting, 5 or 10 shots on goal per half, and they really couldn't build anything up. So there was a little bit of frustration there in the second half, and they were gambling a little bit more. You saw the Spanish side blitzing and pressing the entire game from the very, very beginning. But I think Argentina was a little bit more cautious, and just because they didn't have any so the longer it goes into a game, when you're not getting any opportunities, the more you have stressed out situations when those opportunities do come. And that's the biggest issue I saw with Argentina was Spain came in with the game plan to not give them anything in the middle, and they didn't. And Argentina just could not come up with that because everything was on the sides. Every time Argentina got the ball, they tried to bring it up the sides, and oftentimes that would end up with the throw in for Argentina or for Spain. Just really nothing building in the middle of the field. The Spanish midfield dominated this game, won this game, and that's why the best player in the tournament was not a goal scorer, but it was a midfielder for Spain who just controlled the tournament from start to finish.
And the other part of it, too, that we talk about how the Spanish defense had really kind of been the one in control, and the other part of Argentina being a little bit more pensive, I would say, would be a good way of describing the side. Let's not forget, this Argentinian side had 2 games of extra time that they had to play since the group stage ended and they went to the knockout stage. Then you add this one as extra time as well. That is a tired side for sure.
And
on Argentina's side.
The cliche they've been talking about all tournament was the World Cup of depth.
Yep.
So the World Cup of depth was won by the deepest team. Real quick on Lamine Yamal, DK, he came in with a bit of an injury.
Yeah.
So one of the reasons why he wasn't quite up to form in those first 3 or 4 games is he didn't really have his full physical fitness up until these last couple of games. And even then, I mean, when Yamal did get the ball, he certainly was making things happen over there on the right side. In fact, I would say more than anybody in that game, Yamal was putting pressure up, especially before Spain scored their first goal. But again, in a match like this, I think Yamal was more than anything, Dragon Ball, just trying to make sure that he was sound. Because possession game was what it was all about. I think it was like 67%, something like that is what the Spanish possession was for the whole match. So they weren't trying to see any kind of special, magical individual goals, as you said. The one goal came from a very heady, smart play of heading the ball back towards the box. So they had a chance at a shot on goal. Yamal, if you don't know, listeners, next 4 years from now is when you're going to pay attention to soccer again. Remember Lamine Yamal, because he's the next guy coming.
And he'll only be 24 around that time. Again, 19 years old, that kid this year.
Let's hope we don't wait another 4 years to pay attention to soccer. Let's keep paying attention to soccer and keep building, hopefully, in this country.
MLS starting up.
To where we can get to a point where maybe the United States can be in a position to play in an ultra-huge game like that we saw yesterday.
Man City. Yeah. That's where they all play now. Every one of them.
What are you going to get your Columbus Crew kit there, DK?
Yeah, that's the only team in Ohio, so I guess I got to rep the Crew. That's right. I've not been to a game there, but I've got lots of friends that have been down to Columbus and seen games there. It's a very impressive facility. So yeah, maybe I got to get home and see a contest there at Columbus at some point. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. DK on the Sports Tip coming to you on this Monday. Hope you had a great weekend. We're going to continue to talk about the World Cup tournament. It was an absolute shootout in the third place game on Saturday between France and England. We'll get into that. We'll get you all the highlights from the 2 games over the weekend. We'll also chat with John Perlman as we wrap up the World Cup. He has been with us throughout the tournament with analysis, having attended a game and been up in Seattle for several of the games. And FC Tucson season also coming to an end on Friday night in the Western Conference quarterfinals, but a hell of a performance against a team that came in San Francisco City FC that had outscored FC Tucson by double. I think it's 40 goals on the season to 17, and FC Tucson held them to a 1-0 contest. Unfortunately, though, coming out on the losing side of that, and their season ends with 6 wins, 3 losses, and 4 draws as they are declined the opportunity to try to get back to the national semifinals for a second consecutive year. We'll dive into all that. 47 days to Arizona football as well. We'll update you on what's happening there. One of the bright spots to look at as we head to fall camp on the offensive line. Diamondbacks win a series this weekend against the Cardinals. Are they going to possibly, though, be without one of their better players for a period of time? We'll get into all of that as well. Mercury finally back on the winning side of the ledger as well. Want to hear from you, 520-848-1290. DK on the sports tip. Cricket is here. We'll have Picking with Cricket coming up later, as well as Cricket's got quotes right now. She's got traffic, as she does every 20 minutes throughout our show on the Fives.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio, 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. Collisions reported Colburn Speedway, and Kolb Road, Avra Valley Road, and I-10. That collision reported on the westbound I-10 frontage road at Avra Valley Road. Also wreck I-19 near Ajo from the southbound side of I-19 near Ajo. That crash off on the side of the road and not blocking travel. 76 the overnight low with a chance of rain into the evening. 93 tomorrow, also with a chance of rain again tomorrow. And I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's. Summer should be fun, not expensive. That's why, for a limited time, Wendy's is serving up small classic Frosty treats for just $1. Celebrate $1 Frosty Summer with a hot deal on a cool treat. Get it while it's hot. Or, cold. Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's.
Did you hear what we're talking about?
In full fabulous flow. Happy down the left-hand side.
It wouldn't be the beautiful game without some full fabulous flow. Kristen Pulisic.
Gotta have it, man. Gotta have it.
DK on the sports tip. Weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m.
Fall is termite season. Go blue with Essential Pest Control. We'll eliminate those termites, bugs, and weeds. Stop paying too much with those national providers. Essential Pest Control is a bug's worst nightmare.
I can't sleep at night.
Essential Pest Control. Call 866-3029. EssentialPest.com.
Tobacco Barn presents the continuing saga of Captain Tobacco.
We now join our damsel in distress tied to the railroad tracks, a victim of high tobacco prices.
Help! Somebody save me!
Never fear, my dear. Captain Tobacco is here.
Captain, high prices are coming down the track.
You'll never stop my high prices. Pardon me while I untie this fair lady.
It's Tucson's only place to save up to 40% on all your favorite tobacco products.
There, you're free.
My hero.
Rats.
You'll pay no city or state sales tax because they're on the reservation, and save up to another $3 off with a coupon at tobaccobarntucson.com.
Now for you, high prices, I dare ya.
Hooray!
That's why I'm Captain Tobacco, fighting high tobacco prices everywhere.
Captain, I could just kiss you.
Oh, no.
Oh, brother. Tobacco Barn, Nogales Highway, just south of Valencia. Check tobaccobarntucson.com.
In Tucson, Cool Willie's knows desert dust, dirt, and debris are the #1 AC killers when the heat hits. That's why our signature tune-up is the best way to get your system summer ready. Right now, we're offering a preseason AC reset, a deep internal clean where our technicians remove built-up dust, restore airflow, and prep your home before temperatures spike. First-time customers get their preseason AC reset for just $39, normally $129. Appointments fill fast before the first heat wave. Go to coolwillies.com and click Book Now.
Right now, somewhere in America, a student is training, a student is studying, a student is working when nobody is watching. Not for recognition, not for attention, but because excellence is a habit. The 2026 Patriot Games are searching for exceptional students ages 14 to 17. Students ready to compete, ready to lead, ready to show America what they're capable of. $250,000 scholarship prize pool. Applications are open now. Your story, your opportunity, your moment. Applications now open. Freedom250.org. America's next champion could be you.
Everyone loves a backyard barbecue, but who has the time? I'm Josh Bishop, owner of Fork and Fire in Oro Valley and Catalina. My brother, best friend, and I have been cooking for one another and our neighbors for years, and we still get to live our passion every day at Fork and Fire. In Oro Valley, you'll discover bold, smoky brisket, ribs, pulled pork, and many creative dishes, paired with local craft beers on tap and specialty cocktails. Fork and Fire, your neighborhood backyard barbecue, where great food meets good times and strong community. Join us today at Fork and Fire, Oro Valley, and in Catalina.
Progressive Commercial Insurance can protect your small business with over 30 coverage options, an easy-to-use mobile app, personalized discounts, and more. Get a quote in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Discounts and coverage selections not available in all states or situations.
Here's your chance to double your money with a sweet deal from Barrio Brewing Company. You can get a $50 gift certificate and you pay just $25.
Barrio Brewing Company has been brewing for Arizona for 35 years and offers legendary locally brewed beer along with great food, all in a wonderful and distinctive industrial atmosphere. Barrio is family friendly, which includes a dog-friendly patio located just outside of downtown Tucson at 800 East 16th Street. Enjoy popular local brewed beers like Barrio Blonde, Mexican Lager, and Barrio Rojo. Stop by for happy hour Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. for $1 off drafts, along with special appetizers like nachos and carne fries. Food and beer available for dine-in or to go. Check out their entire beer and food menu, along with a great selection of cool merchandise online at barriobrewing.com. The friendly employee owners of Barrio Brewing Company look forward to seeing you soon.
This Barrio Brewing Company sweet deal goes on sale this Friday morning at 8:30 at WildcatsRadio1290.com. DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
So now that the World Cup is over, the basketball tournament starts. I think it actually started over the weekend. On Saturday, there was the first meeting between La Familia, which is Kentucky's alumni group, and the Ville, which is Louisville's alumni group, and the La Familia won 72-68. They're going to play the rematch tonight. They played the first game in Memorial Coliseum in Lexington, and now they're going to play tonight at Freedom Hall in Louisville. I'm anxious to see, we'll put that on here. It's going to be on, I believe, on FS1. I'm anxious just to see what the crowds are like for those types of games, as we've talked about in the past and then last week as well, how it would be kind of cool if U of A at some point got involved in this event with an alumni group. There's 2 alumni games tonight. The Enchantment, any idea what that's the New Mexico alumni team? What does that, either of you guys have any idea what that means? The Enchantment.
The Enchanted?
Is that their state motto?
Is it?
Something like that.
It's the state motto of New Mexico, the Enchantment or something or other. So they play the Aftershocks, which is obviously Aftershocks. After you graduate from Wichita State, you become Aftershock versus Shockers. So they'll play that game tonight in Wichita. So we'll keep an eye. That game is not until later. I think it starts at 6 our time, so just as our show's ending. But we'll check out and see what the crowd is like for this game coming up against Kentucky and Louisville at 4:00.
Yeah, Land of Enchantment.
Land of Enchantment. There you go. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. We're always taking, we'll always take your calls and texts about if Arizona had a team in the basketball tournament, what you'd like that team to be called. I think somebody a couple years ago said McHale's Heroes, and I kind of, that's the one that sticks in my brain that I kind of like. But if you think you have something that's better than that, let us know for sure. All right, Spain, champions of the World Cup. How about this? For the first time ever, Spain is indeed the capital of football, because not only do they hold the gold trophy on the men's side, but they also hold the trophy on the women's side, as the women won I think it was 2023 was the last time that they played. They also won the World Cup. So Spain is, for the first time ever, the same country is champions on both the men's and women's side of the World Cup at the same time. So there you go. More reason to celebrate in Madrid, where the game ended yesterday, at right around midnight. That was one late night Sunday party. I don't think, is anybody at work? If you know anybody that's in Madrid right now, 520-848-1290. Did anybody make it to work in Madrid today? I probably would think not. Kind of like if that ever happened here in the United States, I don't think very many people would be making it to work the Monday after a World Cup championship. One of the bad things that happened yesterday for Argentina was the fact that one of their top players, Enzo Fernandez, got himself into a little bit of trouble.
Pedri and Marino wasn't quite the angle he wanted. McAllister, Enzo Fernandez was blocked off it. And Argentina can't really complain. It's no different from some of what they've been doing to the Spanish players, and it's going to be the yellow card for the dissent there. Enzo Fernandez got to be careful because then he claps at Slavko Vincic. Nico Williams saved! Emi Martinez, ninth save of the game, more than any goalkeeper in the history of the World Cup final. And then a huge collision between Enzo Fernandez and Pau Kubarsi. Enzo Fernandez already on a yellow card. There's number 2. His day is done.
Rush of blood to the head for Enzo Fernandez. Gets caught in the moment here. Chance for Argentina, then straight down the other end. It was a chance for Spain. Big save. And then Enzo Fernandez doesn't need to go into this. Just overcommits. And he's already committed to it. Absolutely a foul. Kubarsi goes flying in the air.
Yeah, and we'll talk a little bit about a number of foolish decisions in sports today. But that might have been one of the more foolish decisions that I've ever seen. I call it reckless. I just thought that was a reckless play by Enzo Fernandez when his team needed him the most to make a play like that and get himself, unfortunately, a second yellow.
Yeah, I mean, there was definitely embellishing with the cartwheel was not necessary. He did that specifically for the ref. But here's the thing. If people don't understand how yellow cards work, Enzo Fernandez actually got the really short straw in that situation. You know why? Because they give warnings and warnings and warnings and warnings and warnings and warnings. Every player that complains to the ref for the first 25 minutes gets a warning.
Mm-hmm.
The next one who does gets a yellow card. It just so happened like that was not a very demonstrative complaining to the refs about a foul call.
No.
But because the already line had been drawn, he just happened to be the guy who got the first yellow card after there were at least 15 or 20 situations of both sides complaining to the refs that they thought they deserved a foul. And that's just an oddity of World Cup ref. They will give so much leeway until they've had enough. And then they say, okay, both sides are aware of it. The next person who complains is going to get a card because they have to keep it civil, and that's what ended up happening.
And the other issue for Fernandez in his particular situation is that it happened so quickly after the yellow that he had already gotten in regards to the challenge where he threw the guy threw himself in the air.
Sure.
Is it you had the yellow card at the 82nd minute. Then you get the second yellow in stoppage time in the second half of regulation. There is no way. The referee, you said it, they give warnings for 25 minutes. They'll typically have a bit of a good memory, but when you get to that point of the game, referee memories are very, very short. And the minute that he saw that it was Enzo Fernandez that took that challenge, he said, okay, bud, you complained about the call, and now you did the deed.
And
so
just to be clear, I don't
you.
think it matters who it was. Whoever made that challenge, DK, like you said, was going to get a yellow card regardless. That was a yellow on the midfield challenge that sent that created the cartwheel. I'm just saying that at that stage of the game, you're looking for any inch you can get, and the offensive player in that situation certainly embellished the contact. If you look at the replay, it wasn't that amount of force.
No,
it was the speed both players were going with, obviously. But as we said, that's that's the defending champs. They've scored the most goals coming into this game, didn't get any chances, and as Dragon Ball just said, we're talking about the 80-plus minute of this game where they've had
draw
no chances whatsoever on goal. So, of course, the frustration was boiling over. Really dumb play there, really dumb challenge by Enzo because he had just gotten the yellow card.
Mm-hmm.
My only point is he kind of got the short straw because the complaining to the ref being worthy of a yellow card wasn't worthy for the first 30 times somebody complained to the ref, but that time it was.
And then the other part of it too is that the action of the Spanish player to go into the air. Me and you play a lot of video games. I don't think I've seen a ragdoll effect quite that good in real life in comparison to the artificial versions of the sports games that I've seen. But the other part also, I want to just slowly bring this up because we talk about the complaining of the calls. We talk about how a lot of Argentinian fans right now are saying that the referee didn't give Argentina a lot of chances, not a lot of opportunity. So if they're just looking at the card situation, you absolutely have the argument there. But if you just look at fouls, 25 for Argentina, 21 for Spain. The ref was blowing the whistle on both sides. It's just the fact that
early and often, too.
Yes. It was just the fact that whatever Argentina was doing was just demonstrative and obvious enough that the referee had to say, bring it back, or you're not going to be on the pitch for very long. And for Enzo Fernandez, sadly, his time ended just before the extra time period started.
It took 106 minutes to finally break open this scoreless stalemate.
How do we find a way? And if we don't find a way, I guarantee you going to penalties, they will feel like it's Argentina's momentum.
Porro chance to cross, hooks it in. Williams battling, knocks it down. It's free. It's a goal. It's Ferran Torres.
Well, that's one way to break the Argentine spirit, and it's with a goal straight out of the second half of extra time, and it's a man off the bench. Ferran Torres just comes off a long ball. They go direct. Knockdown comes to him. It falls to him after Nico Williams keeps it in play. And he hammers that ball home for his moment, scoring in a World Cup final.
Ferran Torres with the goal, the lone goal in this match. The lone goal, so we got to hear it in Spanish, right?
Toque atrás, Porro la pone al área. ¡Al cabezazo atrás! ¡Queda el rebote! ¡Gol! ¡Ferran! ¡Gol! Ferran Torres en el comienzo del segundo tiempo suplementario. Así fue. El centro de Lavín, el centro de Porro, digo, el cabezazo de Williams y el remate de Ferran.
Y así le cae la pelota, y como lo hizo Iniesta en Johannesburgo en tiempo extra, Ferran prende de pierna izquierda.
Now I gotta give Andres Cantor some credit. He is an Argentine American. You saw maybe after the his home side beat England, the excitement that he had. I don't know if you saw the celebration video. His son was there in the booth with him, and he and his son, I mean, they must have hugged each other about 25 times after that game was over. So, still a very, very great call, even though it might have been against his chosen team there on Sunday. Gotta love
again. Like, there's only one person you can compare Messi to, and that's Wayne Gretzky.
Mm-hmm.
The only person in the history of sports you can compare is Wayne Gretzky, because again, Messi leads the history of professional soccer. Messi has the most goals ever scored, most assists of all time.
Yep.
Up until Mbappe had the 2 goals Saturday, he had the most goals in the World Cup and the most assists all time in the World Cup. So it's the equivalent of a Canadian DK watching Wayne Gretzky play in his last Olympics or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, obviously, as an American, as an Argentine American, the greatest of all time, no disrespect to Diego Maradona fans out there, but the greatest of all time is 39. So there's got to be a bit of an emotion just involving that and the fact that they're the defending champs as well.
Mm-hmm.
Andres Cantor, the brilliant Spanish-speaking soccer lead announcer for Telemundo. If you didn't get, I hope you got a chance to listen to at least one of his games or more than one of his games during this fortnight or whatever the term for a month-long tournament is. Because is it double fortnight or something of that?
They get a better crowd mix too.
Oh yeah, much better crowd mix.
Oh yeah, exactly, exactly. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. After the match, the leader, the manager of the Spanish national team, Luis de la Fuente, says, "We've won everything. And that's wonderful. With a generation of footballers, I'll say it again and again, who are an example of Spanish sport, for Spanish youth, for Spain. Together we are stronger. Let there be no doubt about that." And what he means by that is that Spain remains the only nation ever to win the European Championship and the World Cup in successive tournaments, having now done so a second time after their Euro title in 2024. They're also the first World Cup champion ever to concede only once across an entire tournament, and they are the first winner of the UEFA Nations League to capture a world title, having triumphed at the 8-year-old competition back in 2023. So they are indeed the kings of the world when it comes to football.
Again, it's just like D. Wade. You know about Dwayne Wade?
Yeah.
He grew up in Chicago when Michael Jordan was being Michael Jordan. I mean, of course he was inspired to be a great basketball player. A lot of those kids on that Spanish team grew up watching Leo Messi and Andres Iniesta and a lot of different Spanish-born players on those FC Barcelona teams. Again, the best soccer ever played. Look it up. 2007 to 2012, 13 with the Barcelona team. So a lot of the guys on this team, certainly have had that tiki-taka style. And, Pep Guardiola, who obviously we've heard might take over Italy for the next World Cup, is the rumor, because he's maybe going to be retiring from professional soccer. But yeah, there's no doubt that to a man, anybody who suited up for Spain during this tournament was straight all business. Might have been one person out there with 11 personalities, right? I mean, the way they moved on the field, it was just different. The way they were coordinated, there might have been some really exceptional moments for each team. And Erling Haaland, goal on a great pass, some great headers we saw, some great corners, some great set pieces. But as far as a group of 11 guys on the field moving as one and sharing the ball so efficiently, I mean, Spain was just in a different league this year. And that's why, like you said, DK, winning the European title, going on to the World Cup, I mean, that's not a very old team either. That's a very old Argentinian side. If you look at the ages of all their main players, not a very old Spanish team. So, there's nothing stopping them from continuing this run. What's that, 48 consecutive matches unbeaten.
520-848-1290, the number to get in on the program. All right, one goal on Sunday, a whole lot of goals on Saturday. We'll get to that as well. Third place games in the World Cup.
Yeah, defenders not as motivated as goal scorers in those third place games.
Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives with your traffic and your weather.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, this is your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together. Collisions I-19 near Ajo. That was reported from the southbound side of I-19 near Ajo, off on the shoulder. Avra Valley Road and I-10, a westbound I-10 frontage road and Avra Valley Road, and a crash that occurred at Kolb Road and Speedway Boulevard. 76 the overnight low with the chance of rain tonight, 93 tomorrow, 40% chance of rain for tomorrow, and 98 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's. Summer should be fun, not expensive. That's why, for a limited time, Wendy's is serving up small classic Frosty treats for just $1. Celebrate $1 Frosty Summer with a hot deal on a cool treat. Get it while it's hot. Or, cold. Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's.
This is a Westwood One Sports Minute.
Spain won the World Cup yesterday 1-0 over Argentina in New York and New Jersey Stadium. This is it for Lionel Messi and the World Cup. The lasting shot of Messi in the tournament will be him standing watching as Spain receive their first place medals and tears running down his face. Messi is the best we've ever seen, and he can still play at the highest level. He showed us that during this tournament. I'm Chris Black.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day.
Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your sports IQ to work on the games you know best. It's not you against the house. It's you participating in a live market. Buy or sell your predictions all game long. Trade every play with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Nobody covers your Cats like we do.
Headed for the corner, he's in. Touchdown, Arizona. On the break, slam it home. Here comes the throw home. He slides, he's safe. The Cats are champions.
We are Wildcats Radio, 1290.
You know what you can trust? The protection you get when you bundle home and auto insurance with Progressive. You know what you can't trust? Everything else, apparently. Like when you saw that article that said that thing you eat every day is a superfood and great for your gut health. But then 30 seconds later, a different article warns you to avoid it and it's taking years off your life. Well, which is it? Kind of a big difference there. Anyway, bundle home and auto insurance with Progressive for reliable coverage in a reliably unreliable world. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
If you're only good to your new friends, you're not going to have any old ones. Straight Talk gets it. That's why new and existing customers get free 5G phones on Verizon's 5G network. Pretty simple, really. You keep good people by being good people.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. America's Big 250 starts this month. Did you know Tucson's first Presidio is 250 plus? If you're not careful, you can still experience those original dirt roads crossing town in the bottom of wagon wheel busts and suspension slaying potholes. It's why Arizona drivers count on Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care to protect their tires and suspension for life with Jack's Plus Pack. Every passenger and light truck tire we install comes with a free alignment check and 12 additional services, including professional installation and lifetime tire maintenance. If you're shopping around, Jack's got you covered with major brands and budget-friendly tire options. Compare Jack's total installed price. Backed by our low price promise, we've got you covered completely through both our seasons, monsoon and road construction. Check out Jack's Plus Pack, a $249 value at jackfurriers.com. So make an appointment online, call ahead, or just stop by any of our 14 award-winning locations. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care since 1960, we're here to get you there.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Summer's finally here, and we're kicking it off with a whole lot of free. Free brake pads with Duralast rotors. Free oil filter with 5 quarts of oil. Free Armor All wipes with Armor All glass cleaner, and more. More free, so you can have more summer. Celebrate free at AutoZone. Now through July 27th. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Order for Jennifer C.
Is this my double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double whip, double sleeve?
Yeah. Can you handle that much caffeine?
Did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Oh, really? That's great.
Seriously, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, you just said that.
Did you say I just said that?
Yeah, I'm cutting you off.
I can't have any more? Why not?
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
From offices and warehouses to retail spaces and restaurants, the right lighting transforms your environment. At Arizona Commercial Lighting, we've been proudly locally owned and operated for nearly 40 years. Our extensive inventory of in-stock lighting solutions is designed to meet both commercial and residential needs, with quality, variety, and value you won't find anywhere else. Visit us at 1436 East 17th Street or explore our offerings online at azcommerciallighting.com. Be sure to ask about available TEP rebates. Arizona Commercial Lighting, powering business through precision lighting.
If your windows can't keep up with the heat, it's time for an upgrade. At the Window Depot, windows are what we do. Biggest inventory, best prices, guaranteed. Found a lower price? We'll beat it. Shop in stock or custom vinyl windows, built for efficiency and style. From one window to full home replacement, we help you get the right windows for less. Lower your energy bills and stay comfortable year-round. Visit a location near you or order online at thewindowdepot.com.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. Baseball getting set. Top of the hour. We got a game between the Dodgers and the Phillies. The best player, best pitcher, at least by the fact that he started the All-Star game in the National League, is on the mound tonight for the Philadelphia Phillies. Christopher Sanchez. Does that mean a win for the Phillies? Should you bet the Phillies tonight? Let's get you your Westwood One top plays for today.
Speeding catches up with you, paid for by NHTSA. Cap Oil here to help you beat the books with Westwood One Sports. Phil's Dodgers open up a set tonight in Philly, and I think Christopher Sanchez is the difference maker. Philly's All-Star has come back down to earth lately, but he's still been virtually untouchable at home, boasting a 0.86 ERA in 11 starts. Against Emmett Sheehan on the mound for the Dodgers, I think Philly squeaks one out. Give me the Phillies on the money line as a small favorite. I'm Pat Boyle, bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
Now, he mentioned, Pat Boyle there, that Christopher Sanchez has been coming back to earth. Clearly, he was not untouchable in the All-Star game when he gave up 3 runs in the first inning. I believe he's the first pitcher ever to give up that many runs in the first inning or something of that nature that I'd heard. And
I know Pedro didn't do that.
No, he did not. And you begin to – this was a guy that obviously had the long scoreless streak early in the season. But you wonder if maybe he's hit a little bit of a wall, because in his last 5 starts, he has an ERA of 9.58. That's Christopher Sanchez. He got blown up in the All-Star game. Again, an exhibition game, but still on his home mound. And he's allowed 11 runs in 10 1/3 innings. And he's only given up 12 home runs this season. But 6 of those have come in his last 5 starts. So interesting there what's going on with Christopher Sanchez. A large reason that the Phillies, who we've talked about over the course of the last few weeks, were 10 games under 500 when they fired Topper, and are now 10 games over 500 of the Phillies, and have snuck to within 3 games of the Atlanta Braves in the National League East. So we shall see with Christopher Sanchez, but the folks over at Westwood One say go with the dog and take the Phillies on the money line over the Dodgers tonight. This game will get going here in about 13 minutes or so. And you can get that bet right now at minus 150. Minus 150 to take the Phillies. So not a lot of money coming back to you tonight, but that is the play at the moment. Is Christopher Sanchez hit a wall, you think, Dragon Ball?
Well, the last 6 games, he's only been able to get to beyond 6 innings twice. He's had 2 7-inning performances in his last 6 starts. So, the strikeout numbers are still there. He's had a game with about 9. He had one with 13. He's had a couple of them with, pretty stellar showings. But I think the biggest thing about it is that a lot of the games he's had recently, of those 6, a lot of them were on the road. I think he only had 2 home games before the All-Star game happened. So I think if he gets back to some friendlier confines, maybe he gets back to his usual stuff that we've seen so far this season.
He's very good at the bank this year.
But just right now, he's certainly seeming to have a lot of trouble. What they hope for, obviously, is that he doesn't have another outing that he had in Kansas City, because the Kansas City game was bad.
It was Kansas City and Detroit. So both those games he gave up a season high in hits, and that's the big one. Well, he gave up 12 to Chicago back in April. But giving up guys 12 hits followed by 10 hits for a guy, that just means the batters are seeing the ball a little bit better than he wants them to. So he just has to clean that up. I would probably choose Miz, right? I mean, if I had to pick one guy.
Yeah.
Talking about best pitcher in baseball.
Well, he's on the mound tonight, too. I'll give you a play on him, or at least in that game coming up straight ahead. But let me give you the splits right now. We're talking about the home-away splits for Christopher Sanchez. Away from Citizens Bank Ballpark in Philadelphia, His ERA is 4.97, and he's given up 10 of his 12 home runs and 30 earned runs at Citizens Bank Ballpark this season. His ERA is 0.86. He's given up just 2 home runs and only 7 earned runs. So that is the big difference. Opponents at home hitting just 188. Opponents on the road hitting 330.
Maybe he should bring some of those sheets he's got at home on the road with him, because something about that bed in his own house is working.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Now,
the other thing that probably could be working out better for him is if the bottom half of the Phillies lineup could do something other than mediocrity. They have one of the worst back halves of the lineup in all of baseball this season. That's very top-heavy, that lineup with Schwarber and Harper. After that, it is a nosedive off that cliff.
The Dodgers, by the way, obviously entered tonight's game as one of the best teams, if not the best team in baseball, as they are 63-37, a half game better than the Milwaukee Brewers, who come into tonight's action at 62-37. Their ace is on the mound tonight, Jacob Mizorowski. He'll face Freddie Peralta. Peralta, obviously, now with the Mets, used to pitch for the Brewers. So the play I'm going to give you in this game, which is still about an hour away, 4:40 first pitch, the play that I'm going to translate to you from the great folks at Westwood One Sports, is to take the under in this game tonight. Under 7.5 runs. Even though Freddie Peralta, a little bit of a down year, ERA 4.66, the belief is that he'll have some juice in the tank against his former team tonight. And so a low-scoring game likely to be the play tonight for this contest, which is in Milwaukee. So under 7.5 runs, Mets-Brewers at -110 tonight.
Yeah, and as good as Mizorowski is, he sat out the All-Star break, right? All-Star game. As good as he has been all year long, I will say in May, guys, he gave up 1 run. In June, he gave up 3 runs. And in 2 starts this month, guys, he's given up 8. So it's the same exact situation we just got done talking about. Maybe the last few games are probably his worst. He had a 0.9 ERA going into his last 2 starts and gave up 7 runs, or 5 and 3. But man, that 104-mile-an-hour fastball, good luck.
Yeah, the thing is that the 104-mile-per-hour fastball, and he's very young. And the worst words you want to hear about a young pitcher who's got a gas can in his arm is arm fatigue. And that's what made him miss the last start. He had arm fatigue reports. The last time he was supposed to go and get a start, they scratched him from that. Now he's back on the mound. The last thing the Brewers can really hope to see is some of their starting pitching starting to taper off due to injury bugs or some muscle concerns, especially if you want to have this guy for many years down the road, which, again, for any young pitcher, you want that kid to go ahead and be there for a long time. So it's going to be interesting to see if they're going to have a limit to what Mizorowski does today. I wouldn't be surprised. It just depends on if that does happen to be a thing. How far does he go into this start, and how quickly is he going to get pulled if he starts to have a little bit of a twinge in that elbow?
Leading major leagues in ERA, total Ks, and WHIP.
Brewers are 6 games up on the Cubs right now in the National League Central Division. They have won 3 games in a row. All right, you Brewers fan, want to hear about your team? Hear your thoughts on your team? 520-848-1290, Jacob Mizorowski. If you're a Phillies fan, I know there's Phillies fans out there. We got a Phillies fan in our building here. Our guy Dave, the morning show host from K-Hit, is a big Phillies fan.
Mr. Philadelphia, all Philly sports.
Oh, yeah.
I remember I had to hear about it in the NHL playoffs.
We got a lot of Philly folks in here. Our guy Mark, our engineer, and his wife Carrie, they're from the tri-state area too. So there's a lot. I got connections to Philly. Obviously, my dad being born there. So we got a lot of Philly folks in the building here. I had to get it. We had to go. So we went back home on our vacation. We went back to Jersey. And so I asked my wife one night, I said, well, so you want to go get a steak sandwich one night? Because, we got to, if you can't go to suburban Philly or Philly and not get a steak sandwich, right? So I said, yeah, let's go over it. So we're on the Jersey side. So we go to this place called Gaetano's. And it's literally like about 5 minutes from where there's one, right? 5 minutes from where my dad's place lives. So this was during the heart of that heat wave they had. So that day it was like we had basically not even left the house that day. It was like 95 degrees with 99% humidity. It was just miserable. So we get up to this Gitanos and walk in there. And this is like, I mean, you know you're getting, this is not like one of those really nice, like fancy chain steak places. This is like old school neighborhood steak place where you walk in there and there's like no air conditioning. I felt so bad for the people that were working at this steak place. It was like, it had to have been 130 degrees inside that building. Like literally, it was so hot. And those folks were back there cooking steaks. There was a line of people to get steaks. It was that night that Argentina played Cape Verde. So we figured, okay, we'll go at halftime. We should go halftime. We'll get our steaks and we'll be back maybe by right about the start of the second half. Yeah, no, it took so long to get those steaks. I think we got back like with about 20 minutes to go. But of course that game went to extra time though.
There's no such thing as a dead time for a very popular place. Ever.
No. So Gitanos was packed the night that we went there to get our steak sandwiches.
The Tucson equivalent of that is Chewy's back in the day. There used to be hundreds of them across the valley, and I knew a lot of people who worked the grill at Chewy's, no AC, and it's an open grill in the Tucson summer. Yeah, they told me some horror stories from those days.
Open grill, no AC, and you're always right there, basically sitting on top of the bar wherever you sit in the restaurant. I, as a young kid, I must have been like 9 or 10 years old, multiple occasions me and my dad went to a Chewy's for something quick, and he would have to go ahead and kind of like put me up against the wall because there was a fight that broke out in the restaurant at least twice growing up as a kid. So no, hearing the name Chewy's, all of a sudden I got like PTSD flashbacks.
520-848-1290, DK on the Sports Tip. Dragon Ball series got everything happening in sports in Southern Arizona as well as sports around this whole entire world.
The Tucson Sugar Skulls, they needed a win to clinch the final spot in the playoff race in the Indoor Football League and managed to not only come away with that victory, but dominated their neighbors to the north and the Northern Arizona Wranglers. That was a 70-42 victory in their home finale. Now the Sugar Skulls have this week to prepare for their playoff competition and do so against their eventual opponent when the playoffs begin in August in the same venue. They're going to go and play a game against the San Diego Strike Force in the season finale this upcoming Sunday. The two again square off on August the 2nd, once again out in San Diego. The Arizona Cardinals Director of College Scouting, Ryan Gold, will be looking to appeal his indefinite suspension for violating the NFL's gambling policy, according to Gold's attorney. Now, the NFL announced that the investigation into Gold determined that he had provided confidential information regarding 2026 draft picks before they were made, and Gold placed the parlay bets on NFL and college football games. But Gold's attorney explained that it was actually Gold's wife who had been making $10 weekly bets on parlays, and Gold was not involved, and he could not have provided draft pick information because only Cardinals owner Michael Bildwell and GM Monty Ossenfort knew who was going to be selected. And the World Cup comes to an end, and rather than crowning a repeat champion, it was Argentina's opponent that came away with another star to add to their crest.
One final act of this incredible summer of soccer for Rodri to lift the trophy and for the celebrations to begin both here and overseas. And when Rodri's ready, here we go. Spain have won the World Cup.
Can you see is Trump jumping around with them?
He got cropped out of the picture for Spain's official Twitter post.
Get off the stage.
So with Spain coming away with that victory, it marks their second ever World Cup victory thanks to Ferran Torres' game-winning goal in the second half of extra time against the 10-man Argentinian side after Enzo Fernandez was sent out following 2 yellow card bookings. Spain's victory also marks the first ever occasion that one nation has held both the men's and women's World Cup titles simultaneously. I'm Dragon Ball, the 2020 Sports Update on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Hey, it's David Kelly, DK on the Sports Tip. Don't forget to download the Wildcats Radio 1290 app. It slaps. We've got full coverage of the Wildcats, the Suns, the Cardinals, the Diamondbacks, Pima College. Download the Wildcats Radio 1290 app today.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and weather together. Collisions will start in Oro Valley at 1st and Lambert Lane and 1st Avenue. Collision in Oro Valley. Crash that's clearing for Colbin Speedway, Speedway Boulevard, and Kolb Road. And also, we've got slowdowns for Miracle Mile at Flowing Wells and travels busy on Speedway Boulevard at Main Avenue. For your weather, 70-60 the overnight low with a chance of rain, 93 tomorrow, and another chance of rain tomorrow, 98 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's. Summer should be fun, not expensive. That's why, for a limited time, Wendy's is serving up small classic Frosty treats for just $1. Celebrate $1 Frosty Summer with a hot deal on a cool treat. Get it while it's hot. Or, cold. Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's.
We bring you all the news and stories of your Arizona Wildcats. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Wildcats Radio 1290 for the latest highlights and commentary. Your home for U of A athletics, Wildcats Radio 1290.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The Sherwin-Williams Summer Sale is here. Get 30% off select paints and stains or 35% off our newest product, Emerald Symmetry, July 17th through the 27th. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
Looking for top-notch lumber and framing? Johnson Manley Lumber has been your trusted expert since 1970, specializing in both residential and commercial projects. Our experienced teams, cutting-edge technology, and reliable supply chain ensure your framing is on time and on budget every time. We're proud to be employee-owned and community-rooted in Tucson. Learn more at johnsonmanley.net. Proud supporter of the University of Arizona radio broadcast. Go Wildcats.
There are many reasons you might need Dorado Rockin' Materials. A few bare spots in the yard, the driveway needs filling in, or it could be that the yard needs a whole makeover. Whatever the reason, if your yard has the summertime blues, Dorado Rockin' Materials has everything from sand to boulders and every rock and pebble in between. If you need help spreading it, we have options for that too. Call 400-4233. Dorado Rockin' Materials. The right service, the right product, the right price.
And now, a no-frills ad sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Here it is. You can save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. That's it. See? Just a good old-fashioned straightforward ad. See if you can save at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE or Progressive.com.
The garage is more than a place to park your car. It holds prized possessions, and for most, it's an entryway to the home. That's why LiftMaster designed the first ever opener with a built-in wide-angle camera and two-way audio so you can see what matters and secure what's inside. Ensure your family and your possessions are secure with a reliable garage door opener that's built to last and powered by MyQ for smartphone control. Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates are your locally owned LiftMaster professionals. KaiserGarage.com to learn more.
If you don't have gas in your home, but something doesn't smell good. Ew, what's that smell? If it smells like rotten eggs, there could be a leak in your neighborhood. Now what do I do? If you suspect a leak, move fast, call 911 and Southwest Gas.
From a safe location.
But I don't have natural gas in my home. Gas lines are buried all around, so even if you don't have gas, I know, call 911 and Southwest Gas.
Everyone loves to get together for food, fun, and sports. But what's the best spot? I'm Josh Bishop, owner of Fork and Fire, Catalina, and Oro Valley. My brother, best friend, and I have been cooking for one another and for our neighbors for years, and we get to live our passion every day at Fork and Fire. At our Catalina Grill, you'll love the elevated bar fare and barbecue, served in our relaxed and fun neighborhood grill. Fork and Fire Catalina, where great food meets good times and a strong community. Bring everyone on down to Fork and Fire in Catalina and Oro Valley.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media station. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com. We are your home for Arizona athletics. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
It is Little League season. Teams on the road to try to win championships, state, nationally. I want to give you a little bit of an update here. We've got the Little League softball West Regionals happening this week out in San Bernardino, California. The Arizona State champions.
San Berdue.
From Rice. San Berdue, exactly. The Arizona State champions from district number 12, Copper Hills. And they won today, coming from 5 runs down to beat Hawaii to stay alive. They are in the elimination bracket of that tournament, having lost early on their first game. But they stay alive with a dramatic win today. So remaining on the road to the Little League Softball World Series. Good luck to those ladies as they continue out there in San Berdue, playing for all of us here in Tucson, Arizona. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. We're going to be talking some more soccer in this half hour. John Perlman is going to join us. I was talking at the top of the show. We've got the basketball tournament starting right now. So I'm looking at the start of the broadcast between Kentucky and Louisville, and it's not a huge throng of people at this game. I mean, it looks like there's a lot of empty seats there at Freedom Hall. Now, that's the old building, I believe.
Yeah.
Where they used to play. That's not I think they play at the KFC Center or something of that nature now. But yeah, not as packed as maybe you might think it would be for a rivalry of this magnitude, the Kentucky alumni against the Louisville alumni. So maybe people in numbers don't want to go out and see old guys play basketball. I don't know. I just think it would be cool if we had a team and we had a setting like this. Can you imagine a summertime? Because again, here in Tucson, there's not a whole lot happening in the summertime. It's hot here, and to be able to maybe have McHale Center open for a game like this, where you maybe bring in if ASU ever got a team and ASU alums against the U of A alums, I think we could probably pack that place out. Would you think that we could pack out an event like that here in Tucson?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you're talking about a dead time for sports, and think about all of our callers who want to talk Arizona football 47 days before the first kickoff, if there is an event that has some alumni involved and, they're here to represent the U of A, of course, I'm sure people would, especially in Tucson. As we've talked a lot about, I think the basketball tournament is, unfortunately, there's so many U of A people who are either trying to get on a roster who would fit the age and the skill level to be able to get into that this time of year. We just finished up Summer League, DK. Ooh. A lot of those players that don't have two-way contracts are still trying to get in, if not the weird scheduling of overseas. So, yeah, it's tough. I mean, I'm with you, DK, that there have been a plethora of great Arizona Wildcats basketball players that we know have come through Tucson that don't have a home in the NBA or overseas that seemingly you could put together a great squad. I guess motivation's just not there. We've talked to some former alumni, and all of them said the same thing. That would be great. No, just nobody's put it together.
Yeah. Diamondbacks tonight are playing at home. They're opening up against a series against the Oakland Athletics. Let's talk about what the Diamondbacks did over this past weekend against the Redbirds.
Kepler to right. Get over to Newtmore. Can't get it. Here comes Barossa. Max Kepler walks it off for the Diamondbacks.
Diamondbacks download. Baseball talk.
All right, the Diamondbacks take 2 out of 3 from the Cardinals over the weekend. A lot of talk, though, surrounding what happened at the end of the one game they lost, and that was Friday night. So there was the Diamondbacks were down, I believe, a run in this game. Runner was on first base. Ketel Marte was at the plate.
Oh, Bill Miller. Ketel didn't challenge.
Why not?
He did not challenge. And that would have been overturned. That's a ball. Ketel's got to challenge that.
Oh, absolutely.
He's got to challenge that. Bill Miller missed it, and the game is over.
So Ketel Marte did not challenge, the ABS challenge. You tap your head and you can get a review of a strike call. He did not challenge the final pitch of the game and has taken a lot of flack for this. And here's what I'm going to say. Here's what I'm going to say as somebody that's played baseball and has had to react. I mean, never in that type of situation do you react, but just has had to react to maybe a pitch. And we'll hear from Ketel Marte. In fact, let's hear from Ketel first before. Well, let's hear from Torrey about why the circumstance in which Ketel Marte did not challenge that last pitch there.
I know you guys are going to ask me about the last pitch of the game. I haven't had a chance to talk to Ketel. I was looking for him. My responsibility is to come in here and talk to you guys, so I do not have an answer as to what happened or why. I learned of those details a couple minutes ago that the pitch was a ball. The ABS system is in place. Clearly, I don't want to speak for Ketel. You guys will have a chance to talk to him. But he thought it was a strike, and sometimes you got to trust your own instincts, and possibly thought it was a good pitch, and he just checked off of it, and he lost his ability to challenge as soon as he stepped across home plate.
Now, in basketball and football, right? Don't they do like the first 3.5 quarters is you got to see a flag,
right?
But in the last couple of minutes, is that
the
something
booth can call for a yeah?
I just mean like if you have it be voluntary and the sideline, whoever's in charge of the replay flag or of that call has to get the ref's attention if they want to replay during the game. But in the last 2 minutes, all plays in NBA games are reviewed, right?
Yeah, right.
So would you like to see something like that in Major League Baseball, where a situation where it's the last out of a game?
Ooh,
I mean, that's not a bad
I'd have
idea.
to think about that one. I don't necessarily disagree with it, but I still think because I'm still not all in on this whole ABS
robots
thing,
calling balls and strikes. Yeah.
I still think that you need to try to keep some type of human on the field element, not human element, but on the field element in this whole thing there. And I think to me it was so, and Ketel took a lot of shots because he didn't. And obviously we know he should have called for that. But I think in the moment, and this is what I say, it's simply to me, I viewed it as it's not an automatic reflex just yet. I think there'll be a point as guys get used to this and are in these situations, it'll become an automatic reflex. And yeah, this is something that maybe the staff needs to be teaching, that we review all last end of game called strikes. We automatically review those. That's something like as a manager that Torrey should be telling these guys. But I just think from the player standpoint, it's just you got to get used to something like that. And I just think simply Ketel Marte was not used to it. He wasn't used, he thought, like I said, he thought it was a strike. And well, let's hear what he had to say before we go to cricket. Let's hear his side of that there.
Estaba esperando un picheo suave, ¿sabes? Un picheo rompiente en ese picheo. Me tiró el two-seamer. Fue en buena dirección, un poquito alta. Solamente me sorprendió un poco.
I was looking for a breaking ball. I got the two-seamer, so I was a little bit surprised.
Yeah, just again, a pitch that you think you're looking for something else comes in, you believe it's a strike, and you just don't. It's not an automatic reaction. At some point, after we get used to this whole thing, it will become an automatic reaction. But it wasn't in that situation. It's unfortunate because it cost him the game. He could have had another chance at bat, and who knows what happens from there. But I just don't think, for people to be taking shots at Ketel Marte there, I just think that's a little bit crazy.
So let me ask you something real quick, DK. How many years did you work? What's the longest amount of time you spent working in one place here in Tucson? What would be the longest amount of time? Doesn't have to say where, but just
here in Tucson.
Yeah, where did you work the longest in Tucson?
I worked at KLD for 7 years.
Okay, for 7 years, you were taking the same exit on the freeway to go to KOLD.
Right.
The minute you went to the next job, did you accidentally take that one exit, not realizing you were going to your old job rather than your new?
Exactly. It happens.
So it's just a matter of this is brand new to this season. Ketel's been playing baseball since he's probably is just getting in double digits, 9, 10 years old, whatever the story may be. He spent that many years playing baseball with no reason to tap his helmet to check for a bad call on the pitch or of a ball or strike. It's just a matter of he's got to get used to it. Mm-hmm. It's just that. And hey, He just happened to step over the box before someone could scream at him, no, tap.
Yep.
And he just stepped over the box. It's something that happens. It cost you one game. If it had cost them 3 games and he did it 3 different times, then it becomes a problem because then it's clear nobody's telling him he's got to be mindful of that on the final out of a game.
520-848-1290. We can talk more about that. 520-848-1290. Your thoughts on what you saw in that loss on Friday night. Snakes, though, did come back, and they did win the final 2 games of the series. So they head into their series with the A's now with a record of 51-48. We welcome Cricket to the program. Cricket is here. It is 4:14 on Monday, which means it's time for Cricket to bestow us all with a little bit of knowledge about life, liberty, and the pursuit of championships.
Yes. Continuous effort, not strength or intelligence, is the key to unlocking our potential. I know who knows this. We need someone else to read this.
Ooh. Continuous effort.
Continuous effort.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Not strength or intelligence is the key to unlocking our potential.
Is that
Yes.
what's the guy that led England?
What's the guy?
That's the guy.
Like the greatest speaker of all time.
I would be the Prime Minister of England, Winston Churchill.
Yeah, that's what I said. The guy that led England.
That
right?
guy. You know that guy.
The guy that led England.
You know that guy.
That guy. Exactly.
That was very, very well done. You do a very good impersonation.
Winston Churchill. All
Very
right.
quotable.
All right. I think we could have gotten Winston to the United States for a World Cup game if he was still alive. One more time, please.
Maybe.
on that Cricket.
Just because he's so good.
I don't know if he could run.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. Continuous effort, not strength or intelligence, is the key to unlocking our potential.
Continuous effort. All right. Winston Churchill. That sounds like he might have been coaching a youth sports team or something.
Well, they were
like
trying to
that.
motivate people to fight Nazis. So
Right. So
kind of more important at the time.
Yeah.
We have to get them on the beaches, not on the diamond.
Not on the diamond. Okay.
Very good.
All right. All right. Cricket will be coming back a little bit later. Pick it with Cricket. We'll have something for her to select, and we'll tell you how she did on her pick of the World Cup Championship right now. She's getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5. She's got your traffic and your weather.
And from the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together. Collisions reported crash in Oro Valley, First and Lambert Lane and First Avenue. Cortero west of I-10 at Cortero and Arizona Pavilions Drive. That might be off on private property. Some slowing Miracle Mile at Flowing Wells and busy on Speedway at Main Avenue. 76, the overnight low with a chance of rain into the evening into the overnights. 93 tomorrow, again with a chance of rain. It's 98 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's. Summer should be fun, not expensive. That's why, for a limited time, Wendy's is serving up small classic Frosty treats for just $1. Celebrate $1 Frosty Summer with a hot deal on a cool treat. Get it while it's hot. Or, cold. Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's.
Nobody covers your cats like we do.
Headed for the corner, he's in. Touchdown, Arizona. On the break, slide it home. Here comes the throw home. He slides, he's safe. The Cats are champions.
We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This summer, there are 250 reasons to join T-Mobile.
Girls trip? Booked. And switching to T-Mobile helped make it happen.
With Experience Beyond, switch and get $100 back. Plus, $650 in value in built-in plan benefits. That's $750 in your first year, guaranteed.
And honestly, that $100 back, I'm putting it towards the zip line.
Now that's how you do summer.
Exactly. Best switch I ever made.
This is just one reason to join T-Mobile this summer. There are 250 reasons. Find yours.
Savings based on the value of benefits included with Experience Beyond, like entertainment and 1 year of AAA Classic and Dash Pass on us. Benefits may require activation. See plan for details. Get $100 via virtual prepaid MasterCard with eligible port and no cash access and expires in 6 months. Issued by Sunrise Banks, N.A. member FDIC. Allow 8 weeks.
Ugh, no, not the sink. Not now.
Plumbing issues can put your life on pause. But with anytime emergency scheduling, the Neighborly Done Right promise, and more, Mr. Rooter Plumbing will have your life flowing again in no time.
All fixed.
Much better.
Mr. Rooter is proud to cheer on the Cats. Mention this ad for 10% off any plumbing service. A win for the whole family. Bear down, Arizona.
Mr. Rooter Plumbing, a neighborly company.
There are many reasons you might need Dorado Rockin' Materials. A few bare spots in the yard. The driveway needs filling in. Or it could be that the yard needs a whole makeover. Whatever the reason, if your yard has the summertime blues, Dorado Rockin' Materials has everything from sand to boulders and every rock and pebble in between. If you need help spreading it, we have options for that too. Call 400-4233. Dorado Rockin' Materials. The right service, the right product, the right price.
Think of waking up with energy, standing tall and feeling free. Think First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
First Chiropractic is pleased to announce that Access Health Plans now cover chiropractic care. A referral by your PCP is required. For more information, go to firstchiro.com, the most trusted name in chiropractic care. A proud U of A radio sponsor.
First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
Jane Dawson did something smart. She saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With the money she saved, she got herself a pricey bird feeder with an ultra-high-def camera. Should Jane have just bought a regular bird feeder? Yes. Is it hard for her to admire nature when the camera doubles as the bird's potty? Also, yes. But it's Jane's savings, and if she wants to spend her time watching the digestive habits of the white-breasted nuthatch, we say you go, girl. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Good evening, ma'am. We're the Goodfellas AC Rapid Response Team, here for the overnight install of your new AC unit.
Great. Come in. We're so excited for a sleepover.
Oh, well, we're actually putting you and your family up in a hotel for the night. We work while you sleep.
Oh.
Okay, who's ready for a movie night? Popcorn or s'mores?
You know, that sounds pretty good. No, it doesn't.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. Providing overnight installs so you don't miss work or leisure time with your family. GoodfellasAC.com.
Speeding catches up with you, paid for by NHTSA. Pat Boyle here to help you beat the books with Westwood One Sports. Mets and the Brewers open up a set in Milwaukee, and I think runs will be at a premium. I'm not overthinking half the equation. Jacob Mizorowski is on the bump tonight, and the Mets lineup stinks. The other half, Freddie Peralta comes back to his own stomping grounds, and if going against his former club ain't enough to get a good start out of him, then he's totally lost. But I think Peralta shows up tonight, so I like the game total under 7.5. I'm Pat Boyle. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, let's talk some World Cup soccer. The end of the football tournament here in the Americas saw a shootout in the third-place game and then the 1-0 win by Spain in the championship game. Joined by John Perlman with FC Tucson. He's joined us throughout this tournament. The local side also seeing their season come to an end this weekend with a 1-0 defeat up in San Francisco as well. John, appreciate you joining us. Your thoughts on what you saw yesterday and throughout this tournament from Spain. I believe J-Dub said in the first half of our show that they gave up only something like 11 shots on goal this entire tournament in some 10 games.
Yeah, I mean, thanks for having me, Dave. And yeah, I picked Spain, which was really not like, it's like picking the favorite. It's like picking Scotty Scheffler in a in a golf tournament. But I really felt they had a complete team on both sides of the ball, and what they did defensively was remarkable. And they do that two ways: one through great team defending and counter pressing, and secondly, obviously, through keeping the ball and keeping you from having chances by having the ball all the time. They did both brilliantly, and the final really was, just really not a very compelling game because it was just so one-sided and so controlled by Spain. And the only thing really came to fruition was Argentina became, it kind of is that old saying: if you live long enough, you become the, you either die a hero, you live long enough to become the villain. So they kind of did, and the reality, I was really happy that they got, the goal when they did, and certainly you can't deny 22 shots to 0 until you're in the 117th minute of extra time. So for me, the right team won the tournament. The tournament itself was unbelievably entertaining and exciting with amazing moments. I'm glad it didn't end up on pens, but no one's going to rank that final as a good final. It's probably one of the most lopsided, and maybe not by scores, but from a competitive standpoint, finals. And compared to the rest of the tournament, it fell short, but Spain's performance did not. They're deserving world champions.
John, we've used the term of kind of how the Spanish play a couple of times on the show. J-Dub has mentioned it, tiki-taka, which for those that maybe are not familiar is just kind of a short passing movement, maintaining possession style of play. What's the general overall thought worldwide about how the Spanish use that style to play football?
Yeah, I think it wasn't always Spain's style. They've kind of developed that as they've gone through the 2000s. I also think that while they do play that way, you saw in that game their willingness when space was available to play longer balls into wide areas to keep Argentina honest and, even keeled, in their moments, keep them from pushing up from their block. They did that as well. So, again, they play beautifully. They're so controlled. You look at the spacing, it's absolutely perfect. Everyone knows where to run. Everyone knows what the other players' key qualities are. And they just move the ball so fast and so seamlessly. And it seems like whenever a penetrating ball is played, there are players around that ball to support it. And, it was a tremendous performance by the Argentinian goalkeeper again. But even that performance, which was historically great for the final, wasn't enough. Again, possession soccer is great, but you still have to have guys that can put the ball in the back of the net at the end, and they certainly have those players. But again, the sum of the parts with Spain is even greater than the remarkable talents of its players, and that's a tribute to their federation, their coaching style, and their players' commitment. And I think somebody we have said about Spain. Spain has, 22 star players, but none of them act like star players. And that's such a great quality to have amongst your players. And it was just, again, from a soccer nerd standpoint, such an impressive performance. But, again, Argentina should still be lauded for their competitive spirit, for finding a way to get to the final. Maybe is not as strong a team as France or England in certain ways. And their nation should be proud, and all the stuff that went on after the game is always disappointed. And the Argentinians are not known for being great losers. They have a great spirit. It means everything to their country, to their people. And, I hope cooler heads prevail and there's not too much, collateral damage. The tournament was beautiful and safe, and really a tribute to the best parts of our country.
John Perlman is our guest. He's the founder of FC Tucson. And John, obviously first time ever Spain has held the titles on both the women's and the men's side. First country to ever do that at the same time. Is there anything we can steal from the Spaniards about how they are developing players across the board on both sides, the women's and the men's sides? Are there tactics that we can take from them to improve ourselves here in the United States?
Yeah, I think the hard part is, this has been sort of the trend. It's, when the French won, everyone wanted to play like the French. When the Germans won, everybody wanted to play like the Germans. Each country is unique, and each player pool is unique. The U.S. has to maximize qualities that are inherent in in their country's current players, and then should aspire to play in a way where it accentuates, the the key qualities of the coaches and the staff and their feeling. I think the most important thing for us is to get a long-term head coach that has the vision of how he wants the federation to play from U14 national teams all the way up. I think that's the highest priority as we move into our next cycle. I think we've got a lot more better players. But yeah, I mean, part of the collective spirit, for me, I would love to see, I'm going to say this again, I would still love to see an American coach that has the kind of vision for it. I would like to see, our culture is, we are tough, we are resilient, we don't mind being an underdog, we roll up our sleeves. I mean, that's been so I want us to have those qualities. But again, we want to be technically proficient. And more importantly, we want to be calm in key moments and have a clear collective and some clear leadership on the field. And some of those things are things you can get by having a top, world-class coach and who has a vision and can spread that through an entire, federation. But also some of that is when you have unique players that are talented that make up core position, and those players come together as individuals and say, hey, we're going to lead this group, and hopefully that will be your Tyler Adams, Weston McKinney's, your Tillmans, your Hunter Freeman's, guys that performed at the best level, and they're kind of bringing the other guys along that also have shown real flashes of brilliance. And I'm looking forward to the next opportunity we have to play competitively in a Gold Cup in any scenario, because I think there's reason to be excited about our national team.
John Perlman is our guest. John, I wanted to ask you, because obviously we've had a few players, one being maybe the most recognizable, Aaron Herrera, who came through the FC Tucson system back at the last time we were playing at this 4th division level, who have gone on to play at a high level. Aaron got one cap with the United States before he made the decision to switch over to Guatemala and play for that national team. I never heard, though, what was the reasoning for that? Why did he decide to play for Guatemala?
Well, I mean, it was pretty clear if you looked at once he got past the 20s level and the Olympic level, there were probably 5 or 6 right backs that were preferred to him even then. And he was pretty well settled in his prime. I mean, it wasn't like he was going to become where those players were going away, and some of them were younger in their profiles than him. And including at that time, it was Serginho Dest. So if you're looking at Serginho Dest and you're trying to get on the field at that point, it was super challenging. And there were just a number of players, and I think it made the most sense for his career where he could improve his exposure to do that. Now, obviously, it was great also having Aaron Long, and Aaron Long, did the best he could, and he had sort of opportunities at center back with the national team throughout his career and was able to be chosen for a World Cup, although he didn't really feature. But we've obviously continued to produce, some pro players. We had one player signed last year for the Cosmos, another one this year signing for Tulsa. But again, the reasoning is always, you've got to look at who you're trying to go through. And you can see that with many, many French players choosing to play for whether it's Morocco or Belgium or another country that's less well known where they have some birth to get the opportunity to play, whether it's Dutch players playing for Cape Verde. Again, people want to play in a World Cup. They want to have a chance to showcase themselves on the world stage. And sometimes your nationality or in your country, you can just look at the pool and the coach, and he's told you probably, and hopefully Aaron, and I don't know if he did or didn't, had a conversation with the coach at the time. They're like, look, how far away am I? And he goes, you're our 7th choice right back right now. And I think he made a great decision to honor, some of his family's heritage. And I think it's been a great opportunity for him to get better know those people, that part of his lineage and the passion that they have, obviously, in Guatemala. So, again, it can be a blessing, but I think, it's really the players that we have to keep that have the choice of here or Mexico. And it just seems like Mexico, the pull on lots of people's parenting. I mean, if I look at a lot of the players I coach, their parents may love living here, but they're still, half my team, most of my Mexican players on my team root for Mexico, and I've always asked them that. I was like, but you've been developed. All your developments come through American coaches, so you reward the country that developed you. I mean, that's a hard one to Obed Vargas. Again, the Sounders pick him out of Alaska. They develop him. They invest in him. He's wanted on our national team, and he he goes right to Mexico. And again, that shows you how tight the ties are and how much it means to Mexican people and Mexican families being part of that national team, and how much, pull parents can have on their players, but also that Mexico provides an incredible environment, an incredible opportunity, and El Tri, is so historically renowned, for soccer. So it's a bit of a combination, David. And like I said, our job is to make it as appealing as we can to play for the U.S., and I try to do that as a scout and as a human. Because I love our country, and I'd love to see us, go even further in the World Cup.
So who is that now? Who is that player potentially, John, that we've had here maybe these last 3 seasons playing in USL League 2? Who is that maybe next Aaron Long, Aaron Herrera that we might see get to a national team level, whether that's in the United States or somewhere else?
That's a really, really tough question to answer, because that's such a unique level. And to be fair, to be transparent, when you look at USL League 2, the players that have that type of potential are not coming through college ranks, which is the vast majority of players we have. We don't have a player currently in Tucson that really is locked into the national team or 100%. I mean, I can see, somebody, I think, obviously for me, I think DeAndre Pickett has a real opportunity to play in the MLS and be a center back at that level. I think he is uniquely positioned for that. But, I mean, when you're talking about national team play, and I also don't know the lineages, there may be real opportunities. I'm not sure what players we have also may be of Spanish birth, but may also have a parent that could, have them play on El Salvador or something like that, a country that's maybe a little bit more attainable per se. So we're always looking that way. And, but for me, I think it's, I hope it's a shorter period of time, but I would be more looking to the top, 14 or 15-year-olds in Tucson and try to get them in the right environment so they may have national team opportunities. That's kind of where my focus is. And, we've had a couple of our players from Tucson are now have either played in Mexico and come back or still playing even in Leon right now. And so hopefully maybe one of those players can break into our national team or break into Mexico. And it's always exciting to follow and cheer them on.
John Perlman, our guest, FC Tucson. John, no moral victories, obviously, but you all lost 1-0 to San Francisco City FC the other night, and that was a team that came in having scored 40 goals on the season. So to hold them to 1 goal says a lot. What was just your thoughts on that match and just the end of the season? We saw a really exciting win over Capo the weekend prior to get you guys an opportunity to get back to the postseason.
Yeah, I really am just proud of the group. Obviously, it was a game effort. I mean, you look at in the season, obviously, all teams lose players to injury and sometimes callbacks to colleges. But when you look at our team losing, Joel Sangwa, one of our starting center backs before that game, our starting 6, Bendix, losing, not having available either of our top 2 center forwards, and then losing our starting winger as well. I mean, those things add up when you're chasing a game, you're trying to find those right ingredients to score. I really wanted us to get that first goal there, but I thought the effort was unquestioned all the way through the season, and especially through the last games, including the playoff match. I mean, we threw everything with the kitchen sink at them to try to get a goal, and it just didn't happen. And we gave up a set-piece goal, unfortunately, which we did on a couple occasions this year. Again, maybe a little bit against the run of play, but again, proud of the team. We play in a tough division. Obviously, Ventura had their way with San Francisco. I'd like to think it's because we wore them down a bit. But the most important thing is those players got better. They had a good experience. We're hoping that they'll be able to move on in their career, and they feel great about here. And we start again, we build again, and we look to be even better and make sure that we're appreciating both the local talent that performed so well for us and those who came in and became unofficial Tucson citizens for the summer.
Real quick, John, I was at that Capo game there. I had a chance to talk to Pablo Posas after the game, a young man that came here from West Virginia, University of West Virginia, maybe didn't have the summer that he wanted to have, dealt with some injuries. But what does it say about Sebastian that after he scored that goal, he ran straight to Sebastian because that was the person he wanted to celebrate that goal with?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's great that Pablo understood. I mean, Seba championed him. He played him when he wasn't finding the form. he really truly believed in Pablo. And, Pablo, was dealing with injuries and a lot of disappointment in his own performance and his finishing. And the top coaches do. They don't abandon guys in key moments. And Pablo didn't abandon his effort to try to contribute to the team. And, he's one of the reasons we made the playoffs. There are a lot of guys who maybe, and again, it's always hard, didn't have exactly the minutes they want, but when they did have minutes, they contributed. They were great teammates. And I saw so much of that. And the players that are able to do that always are going to have a chance to continue playing at the highest level because they're able to sacrifice and they're able to humble themselves and realize that they need to get better. But I hope the best for Pablo. He's a really nice guy. He's a really talented player, and I hope he finds his form again and scores a billion goals. But yeah, it was disappointing that we didn't get the player that he is this summer. But it was not from lack of effort or his encouragement from the staff and from his teammates.
John, appreciate your time all through this World Cup tournament, and of course everything that you guys are doing with FC Tucson. What's the next big thing on the football docket we should be aware of?
Yeah, we're excited about a big preseason. We've been on a lot of really exciting calls with a lot of the teams that really made their name for coming here, and so we're excited for a big preseason. I think obviously we're always working on the team, but we're really excited for the end of January and February. I think we're going to have a lot of games that people are going to want to attend and some really cool announcements coming up. So everything is going in a positive direction. That's fully a tribute to our sponsors and our fans and to the media who's covered us, so professionally and well. And I consider you very much on the top of that, David. So thanks to you and your staff for the time you've given us. Thank you for an amazing summer of soccer and sharing that with us. And we're going to, really push hard to have a great preseason and put another great team on the field in 2027.
Yeah, I was telling my wife, we were watching the World Cup, I said, Thierry Henry, man, he used to come here all the time for spring training for the MLS back when he was playing in it. She had no idea that was a star that had been on the ground here at one point in Tucson.
Well, we're excited about hopefully having some similar announcements to that again. So thanks for your encouragement, and we'll speak soon, I'm sure.
All right, John, appreciate you. John Perlman, the founder of FC Tucson. 520-848-1290. Cricket getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives with your traffic and your weather.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. Collisions reported first in Lambert and Oro Valley, Lambert Lane and First Avenue. Wreck on Cortero west of I-10, Cortero and Arizona Pavilions Drive. You've got a closure for roadwork, 22nd Street closed, Tucson Boulevard to Cherryville Stravenue. Use Broadway or Aviation Parkway instead. 76, the overnight low. There is a chance of rain tonight into tomorrow. 93 tomorrow, also with the chance of rain again tomorrow. And 98 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and
This
weather.
report is sponsored by Wendy's. Summer should be fun, not expensive. That's why, for a limited time, Wendy's is serving up small classic Frosty treats for just $1. Celebrate $1 Frosty summer with a hot deal on a cool treat. Get it while it's hot. Or, cold. Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's.
Hey, it's DK on the Sports Tip. Don't miss a minute of the best Arizona Wildcats coverage in town. Tell your Alexa device to play Wildcats Radio 1290. This is your home of Arizona football, men's basketball, and baseball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is a Westwood One Sports Minute.
Argentina goalie Emiliano Martinez did his best, saving 11 shots until Spain finally broke through in the second half of extra time. When you fail to get a shot on goal until the 117th minute, it shows just how dominant Spain was in the final. If this is the last time we see the great Lionel Messi, he finished with 8 goals and 4 assists, just short of the Golden Boot trophy to Kylian Mbappe. I'm Adam Abdallah.
Onyx, I keep having stomach issues. Please make me a doctor's appointment.
Okay, are you suffering from diarrhea, bloating, gas, or oily stools? If so, you may want to ask your doctor if it could actually be a problem with your pancreas, called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI.
My pancreas? How is EPI treated?
A prescription medicine like Creon, pancrelipase, is used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes. Creon is the #1 prescribed treatment for EPI.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. You can learn more at 1-800-633-9110.
Before your appointment, visit creoninfo.com. That's CREON info.com.
You know what you can trust? The protection you get when you bundle home and auto insurance with Progressive. You know what you can't trust? Everything else, apparently. Like when you saw that article that said that thing you eat every day is a superfood and great for your gut health, but then 30 seconds later, a different article warns you to avoid it and it's taking years off your life. Well, which is it? Kind of a big difference there. Anyway, bundle home and auto insurance with Progressive for reliable coverage in a reliably unreliable world. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
If you're only good to your new friends, you're not going to have any old ones. Straight Talk gets it. That's why new and existing customers get free 5G phones on Verizon's 5G network. Pretty simple, really. You keep good people by being good people.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
It's July in Tucson. No time to gamble on a cheap AC install. Some of the other AC names got bought out by investment companies and won't stand behind their installs. We stand behind our installs with a 1-year money-back guarantee. Family owned since 2001. Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. Call 520-492-0748 or online at picturerockschooling.com.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
From offices and warehouses to retail spaces and restaurants, the right lighting transforms your environment. At Arizona Commercial Lighting, we've been proudly locally owned and operated for nearly 40 years. Our extensive inventory of in-stock lighting solutions is designed to meet both commercial and residential needs, with quality, variety, and value you won't find anywhere else. Visit us at 1436 East 17th Street or explore our offerings online at azcommerciallighting.com. Be sure to ask about available TEP rebates. Arizona Commercial Lighting, powering business through precision lighting.
Tobacco Barn presents the continuing saga of Captain Tobacco.
We now join our damsel in distress tied to the railroad tracks, a victim of high tobacco prices.
Help! Somebody save me!
Never fear, my dear. Captain Tobacco is here.
Captain, high prices are coming down the track.
You'll never stop my high prices. Pardon me while I untie this fair lady.
It's Tucson's only place to save up to 40% on all your favorite tobacco products.
There, you're free.
My hero.
Rats.
You'll pay no city or state sales tax because they're on the reservation, and save up to another $3 off with a coupon at tobaccobarntucson.com.
Now for you, high prices, I dare ya.
Hooray!
That's why I'm Captain Tobacco, fighting high tobacco prices everywhere.
Captain, I could just kiss you.
Oh, no.
Oh, brother. Tobacco Barn, Nogales Highway, just south of Valencia. Check tobaccobarntucson.com.
Looking for a reliable auto repair shop in Tucson? Look no further than Integrity Automotive and Diesel. Family owned and operated, we're conveniently located on Ina just east of I-10. We pride ourselves on helping you understand your vehicle and keeping it road ready. As a Parts Plus and Mastercraft tire dealer, we offer a nationwide warranty for peace of mind. Stop by for a free AC check. Call us at 520-744-9710 or visit integrityautorepairs.com. Proud sponsor of the Arizona Wildcats radio broadcast.
Oh my gosh, Ted, why are you digging up the yard?
I'm looking for that stupid pipe. The bathroom drain is still clogged.
Shouldn't we call Goodfellas AC and Plumbing? You know, the professionals?
I found the pipe.
Whatever clogs your drains, leave it to the professionals at Goodfellas AC and Plumbing. The choice your family can count on for quick, reliable plumbing service using Permaliner to fix pipes and drains without digging up the yard. Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, I got a sweet deal I'm going to tell you about coming up today as well for you. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. So we did win. We mentioned our top plays. We got a couple plays tonight happening on baseball. Phillies and Dodgers game in progress right now. Mets and Brewers getting started there. We did win on our parlay for the World Cup championship game. We had Spain to win the title, and we had under 3.5 goals at plus 100. So we took home even money there, $12.90 to bet and $12.90 to win. We did also win on Saturday's third place game. We took the over 3.5 goals at plus 115. And oh boy, did it turn in to a scoring fest. We'll start with the man who took home the Golden Boot, coming from behind to best the great Messi, Kylian Mbappe.
Watkins losing out. That's played in towards Kylian Mbappe, who takes the lead in the race for the Golden Boot and goes level with Lionel Messi for the most goals ever in the World Cup. And the graphic on the screen only tells you part of the story. Here's Mbappe, he's going to score, he does score, it's 4-3. Mbappe scored the most goals in the history of the World Cup. He's gone past Lionel Messi, and France are right back in it. What a match!
So in case you missed that on Saturday, again, third place games are not real common here in the United States, but they do play them at this level. So England was up 4-0 at the break in that game against France on Saturday, and France would proceed to come back and get back to within 4-3, and then it kind of went seesaw towards the end of the game. But Kylian Mbappe scoring twice to win the Golden Boot, coming from behind. He was one behind Lionel Messi going into the final weekend. He got two to take the lead. As I said to my wife, okay, that means that the Messi's got to score at least twice tomorrow to get the Golden Boot, but it was not to be. A great honor, though, for that young star, Kylian Mbappe.
Oh, no, the fact that he's already broken that scoring record from Messi, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the French national team moving forward, just because, again, it's going to be a bit of a changing of the guard with the changing coaching that they're going to have there for the next World Cup at least. Again, being in the U.S., we know that coaches in the World Cups for the national teams, usually it changes pretty quickly. But it'll be interesting to see what happens. But no matter what, whoever gets that job for the next World Cup, you've got a plethora of talent to work with
for
the
France.
French side.
It's Zidane. Like, they've already made that choice.
Yeah.
Zinedine Zidane is taking over, and he's, America, DK does not have a Zinedine Zidane in their history, and that's one of the biggest problems. On Mbappe, really quick, would you be surprised, David Kelly, if I told you that despite the fact that Kylian Mbappe has been widely regarded as the best player in the world for the last 10 years, he's never won the Ballon d'Or, ever. In fact, his French teammate won the Ballon d'Or just last year. But, there's no doubt if you want to have, like, a conversation about best individual goal scorers, Ronaldo is at the top of that conversation. If you just talk about size, strength, and finishing ability, and Mbappe is coming for that crown. It's really, Mbappe is not a Messi, is not a similar style player to Messi. Very similar style player to Cristiano Ronaldo. And there's no doubt you get him the ball, anywhere close, even with two defenders in front of him, and oftentimes he's going to find a way to put it in the back of the net.
All right, so the English, I should say, scored 6 goals in this game. 3 of those came from this young man, and I've told the story before, going back to the 2020 Euro 2020 event. And this is kind of when I was I remember watching this game on, I think, in the newsroom at News 4 Tucson, and Bukayo Saka came up, had a chance at a penalty kick, and did not convert it. And the Italians ended up winning over England in that Euro 2020. And I always felt bad for this young man. He took a lot of flack after the game. I think he was only like 21 years old at the time. Took a lot of flack after the game for not making that shot. This was the Euro 2020 was one of the first times that England had gotten back to a major championship.
He's 24 now, so he would have been 18 then.
Yeah, exactly. So that young man put on a show on Saturday.
Coming back, Hernandez! There's mainly the goalkeeper. goalkeeper. Saka on the follow-up, the ball spinning, shooting, defended by Lacroix. Rashford. Still Rashford. Saka! 3-0! Eventually from England, and they're running riot in Miami. Stats can also prove a point. Yeah. That's a lovely little turn and pass from Eze. It's Bukayo Saka! It's 4-0! It's an absolute rout in Miami. England are taking France to the cleaners. You don't see many games like this. No. Just sit back and enjoy it.
You'll be thinking chance just before. Just come on as well.
Here's Rodgers. On it goes to Spence. Okay. Gusto's fouled in penalty! Gusto with the foul, England with the penalty. Oh, he scores! Bukayo Saka with his second England hat-trick. And just the fourth hat-trick scored by an England player in a World Cup. 5-3.
How about the European announcer there taking someone to the cleaners? I like that. I like the choice of words there. Bukayo Saka with the hat trick. I was real happy to see that for that young man. Like I said, dating back to that crushing defeat in 2020, and yes, it wasn't in the final of the championship, but that young man has overcome a lot to continue to be a high level player for England and got some glory there. I think was it not the first time an English player had scored 3 goals? I'm not sure. Something along those lines, I think it was, for Bukayo Saka, but good for him. And then my new favorite player capping things off.
Has got up with Upamecano, who's been like a machine since he came on. But look at Bellingham. Bellingham wins it back. Lacroix back there for France. Bellingham with a step over. Bellingham with a cutback. Bellingham's going to win it surely. Bellingham! 6-4! 10 goals in the game! And England's number 10 decides it! What a match!
Play my song, J-Dub. Play my song.
Hey, Jude.
Hey,
Play
Jude.
my song. Yeah.
I want somebody to check
10
Jude
goals
Bellingham
in
and
that.
Tyrese Halliburton are cousins.
Don't they look alike?
A lot alike. Yeah. And there's only like 2 years between them. Hallie's a little bit older.
Yeah. 10 goals scored in that third place match between England and France.
Yeah, no. I mean, the under on the Spain game, obvious. They've only given up 1 goal all tournament. The over on that game, guys, I mean, you're an idiot if you thought that was going to be under. The defenders do not want to run around like they have for the past month. All the goal scorers want to keep getting their name higher and higher on that list. It was, I don't know if 10 goals was inevitable, but a high-scoring match for that semifinal was inevitable.
I was expecting 5. To see that my expectations were doubled. I was simultaneously shocked, but not shocked.
DK on the Sports Tip, 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. We got an update. We have heard from Corbin Carroll today in the locker room ahead of the Diamondbacks-A's game. He's been dealing with a little bit of an injury off a swing yesterday, so we will update you on that coming up in the 5 o'clock hour as well. 47 days to Arizona football, 47 days away. I believe we are about a week. August 5th is the first day of practice, so we're about maybe a little around 2 weeks away from the first practice for Arizona football as well. We'll talk a little bit about that. Dragon Ball is here. Everything in sports in Southern Arizona, as well as sports around the world.
Well, the NBA Summer League officially finished up for the year out in Vegas, and it was still an impressive showing for some of Arizona Wildcats. Excuse me. Some of the Arizona Wildcats that were still out there suiting up this past weekend, including a very impressive finale for one Brayden Burries.
5 seconds remaining. Off the high ball screen. Contact in the lane. Scooper for the score. 1.5 to go. Maddox loses the handle, and that's it. Burries with 27 points scores the game winner.
Did you see that play, DK?
I did see it,
Okay,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
the thing
full court.
Arizona fans should go and watch, if you watch that replay, is a certain Caleb Love is on the very end of the Portland bench. The Philadelphia bench. And as soon as Burries hits that bucket, he looked right at Caleb, and Caleb gave him the best smirk I've ever seen. It was just a nice connection between former Wildcats.
And that victory gave the Bucks their second win out in Vegas in the consolation game against Philadelphia. Meanwhile, Koa Pete and Carter Bryant both held out of the consolation game that they played on the same day there. Jaden Bradley, however, hit the floor one last time in Vegas on Sunday. 23 minutes saw him score 8 points and dish 5 assists in a loss to the Nuggets. Eventually, the Warriors would go on to win the NBA Summer League title over the Grizzlies, with a lot of that coming from former Michigan star Axel Lendeborg.
They got rings.
Did they get rings?
Ring.
And a trophy.
If you get rings for the in-season tournament, you should get rings for the summer league too, right?
We're handing jewelry out for far too many things these days, I feel like. Well, a strong finish to the weekend for the Diamondbacks. They were able to come away with a win over the Cardinals on both Saturday and Sunday. Sunday's going into the 10th inning of a series victory over the Cardinals. Now sitting at 51-48 on the year. The Diamondbacks are going to continue that winning streak with first pitch against the Athletics set for 6:40 p.m. today. Mitch Bratt getting the start against Jeffrey Springs. Live Golf, and apparently some hot water here. A Canadian-based tech company that's applied the golf group Any Shot Anytime features during the broadcast of their events is now suing them for more than $1 million for outstanding unpaid invoices as well as lost revenues. Again, the company Moby Systems Group Limited alleges that Live Golf failed to pay the licensing fee of $820,000 with $104,000 plus in usage fees during the season, as well as seeking additional damages for over $209,000 in lost revenue for the remaining 6 events left on Liv's 2026 season after the company says Liv breached the 2-year contract that expires on December 31st. I'm Dragon Ball, your 2020 Sports Update on Wildcats Radio 1290.
The jungle has moved afternoon, so grab your best Tucson tuxedo and join us on the Jim Rome Show weekdays from noon till 3 p.m. right here on the flagship home of your Arizona Wildcats, Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together. Collisions parked near Speedway, Park Avenue north of Speedway. First in Lambert Lane and First Avenue. Some slowing on Miracle Mile at Flowing Wells. Speedway at Main Avenue for slowing also travels busy on Golf Links eastbound at Wilmot. And I'm Cricket with your traffic and your weather. 76 the overnight low, chance of rain, and 93 tomorrow. 98 now at your Wildcats Radio 1290
This
traffic.
report is sponsored by Wendy's. Summer should be fun, not expensive. That's why, for a limited time, Wendy's is serving up small classic Frosty treats for just $1. Celebrate $1 Frosty Summer with a hot deal on a cool treat. Get it while it's hot. Or, cold. Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's.
There's only one place to catch Brian Jeffries, the voice of your Arizona Wildcats.
Rivas, turnaround jump hook is good. Gawaka takes away the rebound and slams it home. It's a man's game.
We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
Here's a tale of Becky. Didn't know what to do with new meds prescribed and no real cost clue.
She squinted at prices, that can't be right. Then tapped GoodRx and saw the light.
She can get a deal. Book telehealth if she feels.
Learn about those meds without any stress. That one little app does all the rest. Even my horse downloaded it. Dang, save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
Progressive presents Perfectly Bad Excuses for Missing Stuff to Spend More Time on Your Motorcycle.
Hey, Tom. Gonna miss the 5K. Gotta organize my vitamins. A, B, C. There's so many. D.
Now that was a bad excuse. If you love your vehicle this much, get customized coverage from Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in D.C.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
It's July in Tucson. No time to gamble on a cheap AC install. Some of the other AC names got bought out by investment companies and won't stand behind their installs. We stand behind our installs with a 1-year money-back guarantee. Family owned since 2001. Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. Call 520-492-0748 or online at picturerockscooling.com.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
Life happens. Lucky for you, the new ICCU Central Plus checking account comes with benefits, including cell phone protection.
Wait, through my ICCU checking account?
That's right. Along with a whole lot of other benefits you might need. Because being human is a full-time job.
Progressive knows that boat days can come with unexpected problems.
It's been a tough Saturday on the lake. I ordered swim trunks in this orange cream color, but it's actually more orange auburn. Oh, and it's swimwear. I probably can't even return these.
If a real problem comes along, your boat's protected 24/7 with Progressive, so you can keep worrying about boater problems. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, not available in D.C.
Most of us are one good deal away from finally replacing that worn-out rug, fixing up the backyard, or getting the bedroom we actually want. Good news, that deal's almost here. Wayfair's Black Friday and July sale. Get up to 80% off area rugs and up to 60% off outdoor and bedroom furniture. Shop Wayfair's huge selection of styles and find the piece to fit your style, budget, and space. Plus, free shipping. Black Friday in July ends July 27th. Shop today at wayfair.com.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Good evening, ma'am. We're the Goodfellas AC Rapid Response Team, here for the overnight install of your new AC unit.
Great. Come in. We're so excited for a sleepover.
Oh, well, we're actually putting you and your family up in a hotel for the night. We work while you sleep.
Oh.
Okay, who's ready for a movie night? Popcorn or s'mores?
You know, that sounds pretty good.
No, it doesn't.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. Providing overnight installs so you don't miss work or leisure time with your family. GoodfellasAC.com.
Spring is bug season. Go blue with Essential Pest Control. We'll eliminate those bugs, bees, and termites. Stop paying too much with those national providers. Essential Pest Control is a bug's worst nightmare.
I can't sleep at night.
Essential Pest Control. Call 866-3029. EssentialPest.com.
Have you ever heard of the 5 Ps? That's right, the 5 Ps. These can be applied to most every area of your life, but it's especially true for you and your money. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and many years ago when I was a young man in the Marine Corps, I learned about the 5 Ps. Proper planning prevents poor performance. Now, you can't control what's happening with the stock market, but you can control how you plan for it. Trajan Wealth and our fiduciary advisors have been helping our clients with the 5 Ps for years. We have hearts of teachers and will never complicate by using financial jargon. Our fee structure is transparent. The more you make, the more we make. The majority of our clients come from other financial advisors. Isn't it time for a second opinion to allow Trajan Wealth to help you with the 5 Ps too? Call Trajan today, 321-4100, or visit TrajanWealth.com.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. Tuned to DK on the Sports Tip weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
So apparently, Brayden Burries was not quite done impressing the basketball world with his summer performances in Las Vegas. He had one more left this past weekend.
5 seconds remaining. Off the high ball screen. Contact in the lane. Scooper for the score. 1.5 to go. Maddox loses the handle, and that's it. Burries with 27 points scores the game winner.
Brayden Burries, why not? Get yourself a game winner for the Bucks. They hadn't won a whole lot of games early, so I'm sure it was nice to at least get some winning feeling out of that group.
There's a good reason for that. It's because the summer league coach and I'm assuming the front office for the Bucks wanted to see Nate Ahmet bring the ball up the corner as a point guard under pressure every single game.
Right.
So I don't think the Bucks were trying. Again, that's why I was making jokes about them giving summer league champion rings out, is that very few of these teams are actually there to try to win the most games in the tournament. They're trying to see and evaluate some of the prospects, especially a guy like Nate Ahmet. They got to figure out, is this guy going to be in the NBA next year? Is he going to be in the G League? How much weight does he really need to put on? And you only get those answers by putting him up against hungry 27 and 28-year-olds who are trying to make the NBA. So the Bucks were doing a little bit of experimenting throughout this summer.
Brayden Burries, so he finished the summer league first, and this is in terms of the guards that were taken in the lottery, and there were 4 guards taken in front of him. which a lot of people were talking about over the weekend. But he may have had the best performance of a lot of those guards. Among the lottery guards, Brayden Burries first in points per game, he averaged 24. First in rebounds per game, he averaged 5. First in steals per game, 2. First in field goal percentage, 50. First in three-point field goal percentage, 36. So not a bad run in Las Vegas.
Like I said,
Brayden Burries.
He's ready.
Oh yeah, no,
he's ready for the league. He is ready, and coming into this draft, guys, Brayden Burries was the most NBA ready player.
Yeah, no, he's absolutely going to be one of those guys. This is the thing that's going to be a bit of an interesting point for the Bucks is that do they want to put him as the starting 2 guard? Because again, you make the trade for Tyler Hero, you've got Tyler there.
The issue is they have 7 shooting guards and no point guard.
Yeah, so the only thing that comes to mind is that maybe you play Tyler Hero as the starting point because they really don't. Again, they don't have a lot of people there that are really good distributors / orchestrators on the offensive side. At the guard position, I imagine they'll probably have Hero as the starting 1. What they do with the 2 guard is going to be where Brayden's going to have potential chance to either see early starter minutes or at the very least be ready to go ahead and come as a major key contributor off the bench as a 6th man or maybe just a high end, reserve coming off that bench, maybe 7th or 8th guy on the rotation.
All right, let's hear from Brayden Burries after the game, after his game-winning basket to beat the Sixers.
I mean, the star of the game, to say the least. Congratulations on the win, the game winner. What was going through your mind in that final play?
Just trying to get a good look, try to get to the rim, try to get fouled. So I knew he was in the bonus, so they couldn't foul us. So try to get a good look.
And then your mentality just going into this game, how do you feel like it played out for you from start to finish?
Just trying to dominate in all aspects, from rebounding, scoring, defending, getting my teammates involved, being coachable. So I feel like from the beginning of Summer League to now, I'm just getting better each and every game, so can't complain.
What have you learned about yourself during this experience?
What did I learn? That I just love basketball. I love to play. I love to hoop. And every time I step on the court, I'm just blessed and thankful. I thank God.
And it shows. Congratulations.
Thank you.
There you go, Brayden Burries. So now he'll maybe get some, hopefully he'll take a few weeks off, rest and reset, and then start getting set for training camp, which will likely begin sometime in late September.
You say take some weeks off, but isn't this house hunting time?
Yeah, that's
for
true.
him, especially.
That's taking time off. Yeah, taking time off.
Oh, that's not taking time off. That's a new level of stress, especially for a first-time home/apartment, whatever the case may be for him in Milwaukee. I don't know what the housing situation in Milwaukee looks like, but he's going to have a whole lot of discussions.
Are you buying a house? Are you living downtown, in a condo or maybe one of the high-rise type places like that? I mean, like I would think, I don't know if I'm him, I would want to be kind of in the city.
It's pretty ballsy, though, like as a rookie 20-year-old with your first contract to buy a house in the city that you're living in.
And that's the thing is that he kind of has to think about doing it early now because if we get closer to that August part of the year, he's going to have to make the dreaded decision of do I continue to look for a place to live or do I try to call a vet and see if I can live at a spare room in one of their places, and that could lead a whole lot of like, hey, Rook, go get my luggage. Go get my stuff. Go clean my dishes. He's like, hey, you live in here. You're going to live under my roof now. It's going to be a whole lot of mess if you want to have a veteran as a roommate because you didn't find a house in time before training camp.
There we go. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Cricket joins us now. Time for Pick It. With Cricket, we have to review Cricket's pick from Friday. We have to start recording these, and then we'll play the recorded version. That might work. Be more fun than me saying what it is that Cricket picked, and then me bestowing a right or wrong answer on Cricket. But Cricket did pick.
I won.
Spain. Yeah! Spain. No, I'm not hearing my Spain. There we go. All right. Cricket was right. So I have to go back. I have to tally up. I think you were 3-2 now or something of that nature. 3-2 for the first week because we actually were keeping scores starting last week. All right. You happy with that?
Yes.
Did you watch the game at all yesterday?
No.
No?
I got updates while I was
working at PAC.
Oh, okay.
Sundays are busy for cricket.
Were the-
How long
were
you
the-
been over there? How long you
were
been
the-
at
were
PAC
the
on
dogs?
Sundays?
12 years.
150 years? How long has it
150
been?
years. I got almost 19,000 steps yesterday. Yeah.
Wow.
He's always taking care of dogs.
Were
on
the
weekend.
dogs
That aren't mine.
Were
Yeah.
the dogs nosing any soccer balls yesterday? Like, do they have soccer balls out there that they can
They
kinda
do.
push around with their noses and that kind of thing?
They do. It's not exactly a soccer ball, but it is a big red ball that they kind of nudge around the yard. Then they get frustrated because they can't bite it because it's like hard plastic.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I'm so mad I
They
can't
get
bite that.
frustrated because they can't bite it.
You know?
Oh my goodness gracious! All right, what was the dog yesterday that you walked and hopefully will get adopted? Can you
There's
talk about
so
that?
many. Jinx, probably.
Jinx.
Jinx
Ooh,
looks
I like that name.
Anubis.
Looks like Anubis?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
a jackal dog.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a
Beautiful.
I have no idea what Anubis or a jackal dog is.
The Anubis is the god of the not the god of the dead, quote unquote, but he's the judger of of those who go to the underworld in Egyptian mythology.
Yes.
Outstanding.
She's stunning.
Stunning. What
She's-
describe her for me.
She's an escape artist. And somehow
Oh, that's always a good trait in a dog.
Right, well, she needs the right person. I mean, she's not a bad dog, but she somehow escaped her kennel, and then she somehow got out of the building at PAC.
Oh, wow.
She got through a door and then out of a gate, and then she came to a play yard. So she took herself for a walk to come play in the play yard.
Uh-huh.
So she looks like a jackal, but she's actually got the brain of a velociraptor, is what you're saying.
She is beautiful. She's so sweet, but she just needs that right person that is just going to watch her. I don't, that's wild. She escaped, but she didn't go anywhere. She just comes to a play yard.
She knows where she wants to go.
Interesting.
She's beautiful. I just love her. She's my kind of dog.
All right. So the football tournament is over. So
Okay.
now I've got to come up with other stuff for cricket to pick. So we're gonna shift our focus now to U of A football. Okay. Pick it with cricket. Over, under 7 wins for Arizona football this year.
Oh, I want to say over.
Over.
I'm going to be hopeful on that.
Okay. All right.
So, cricket, this is a 9-month bet.
Yeah,
We'll review this after
Yeah.
the next year turns over because we won't know the answer until January.
It's going to be a long time.
It's going to be a while.
Yeah.
Well, we may know before the season's over.
I'm hoping over.
Well, let's hope that we know
So
because I
I-
think they're going to win 9 games. So we should know before we get to the turn of the year.
I hope so.
Yeah, there we go. All right. So
Come on, Cats.
That's a long-term one. I'll have to come up with some
I'm going to have to write that on
short-term
the
ones.
calendar so I don't
Yeah,
forget.
There you go.
You know,
Over or under 7 wins. Cricket says over.
I hope.
7
We
wins.
all hope that, right?
We all absolutely.
of course.
It's more fun when they win more than 7 games.
I
right?
agree.
Yeah, we have a good time. People aren't as angry. You know?
Everybody's happy.
Coaches' press conferences go longer. You know,
Yeah.
the answers are better. You know, everything's good when we're winning.
The whole town's like jovial. I get it. Yes.
Exactly.
I mean, cricket 3 years ago, they had a 20-game losing streak.
Yeah, that's true.
Can
So-
we? Let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying
I know,
wins,
I'm kidding.
wins should be celebrated.
Yeah,
and
of
anybody who
course.
thinks 7 or 8 wins is a bad year, adjust your expectations. But
Exactly.
yeah, I think 9 is probably a better number.
Have
so
you ever run a
you're
mile
safe with the
cricket?
7.
What?
Have you ever run a mile?
Yes.
Yeah. What's your fastest time?
Oh, I don't know. Gosh, that was probably like
You did cross
40
country,
years
right?
ago.
Did you do
Well,
cross
30
country?
years ago.
Did
Yeah,
you do
anyway.
cross country? Was that the sport you did, or were you just track?
I did not do either one
Oh,
of
you
those.
didn't. I thought you did one of them.
No.
Okay.
My niece does.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no.
The guy broke the 27-year-old mile record over the weekend.
Oh, how quick.
Yeah. What was it, J-Dub? 3 minutes and
3:42.
3 minutes and 42 seconds.
Yeah.
Yep. 27 years. What was the old record?
343.
343.
He broke it by like 0.6, 0.5,
Ah,
something like that.
Wow, it was like not by a lot.
No, but it stood for 27 years,
Yeah.
and there's
Yep.
been a lot of mile runners every single year trying to break that record.
A
so
lot. I mean,
Yeah.
quick, I should say. Wow.
Oh yeah, they set it
Dang.
up perfectly. So his training regimen, and then he had a couple of pace setters in the race who were setting a little bit of a faster pace, so he followed them. So it was kind of set up, but unbelievable accomplishment. I mean, how long was it before they broke the 4-minute number? Right? I mean, that was the biggest thing. I mean, that was a huge sent shockwaves around the world back in the 50s or whenever that was when they finally broke the 4. So yeah, 342 is crazy.
I'm going to give you an in the moment, real quick, in the moment pick it with cricket right here.
Uh-oh.
So pick it or pick it with cricket. Yesterday, best halftime performance. Shakira or Justin Bieber?
Shakira.
Shakira.
Yes. That girl can dance.
She looks like she's 20.
She does.
Still very young.
Yeah. She can dance. Like, she got some moves.
Yes, she does.
What do they say? Hips don't lie?
Hips don't lie. A lot of things.
Yeah.
Lie. Yeah. Best looking woman on the planet, I think.
Yeah.
We might have that. We might do a question of the day on that.
I thought it was Martina Navratilova.
Who that?
The answer?
I need to look that up.
Who that?
Who that?
Who that? Okay. We'll address that tomorrow.
Okay.
Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives with your traffic and your weather.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together. Collisions reported Park Avenue north of Speedway, 1st Avenue and Lambert Lane, roadwork on I-10 between Keno and Alvernon, also roadwork at Palo Verde and Irvington, Keno and Ajo and Country Club Road closed under I-10. 76 the overnight low, chance of rain tonight and tomorrow, 93 the high tomorrow and 98 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Commercial Insurance flexes to fit your business needs. From quick repairs to adjustable coverages and even payment options, Progressive Commercial makes it easy to get what you need. Get a quote today in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Did you hear what we're talking about?
Mason Lawyer.
Coming down to Arizona, and the end of the day, it came down to coach. He's been in my shoes before. He understands the drive and what it takes to be at the top level, and he's helping me get there.
DK on the Sports Tip, weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 85% water, right?
85% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure concentrated cleaning ingredients. Don't pay for water, pay for clean.
Save $10 when you spend $30 on Tide and Downy. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent. Must buy at least one participating Tide or Dreft detergent item, plus at least one participating Downy and or Bounce scent booster, liquid fabric softener, or dryer sheets. Prepaid card by mail. Visit pglaundryrebate.com for terms and conditions.
Westwood One presents Today in Women's Sports. Nobody can slow down Indiana Fever superstar Kelsey Mitchell right now. The WNBA's second leading scorer has tallied 20-plus points in 10 consecutive games. On Friday, while her teammate Caitlin Clark had a dazzling 45-point, 10-assist performance, Mitchell scored 30 of her own in the win against the Seattle Storm. The next day, Mitchell dropped 33 points in the Fever's dominant win against the New York Liberty.
It's always a bigger purpose behind it. I'm not a stat person. I think that you get too high into it, then you lose your mind, and so I don't want to lose my mind. But I like to think that all the success that I've had lately comes from my teammates, comes from the organization across the board, and I just think it's about chemistry. And I think, I want to see them win, and they want to see me win. So it's a good relationship to have.
Kelsey Mitchell and the Indiana Fever have a 16-10 record on the season, and they're back in action Wednesday against the Connecticut Sun. With Today in Women's Sports, I'm Erica Herskowitz on Westwood One.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. Wounded Warrior Project was created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war, whether those scars are physical or mental. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
It's DK on the Sports Tip. Did you hear what we're talking about?
Let's chat with Seth. You're on DK on the Sports Tip.
I'm so conflicted on if I want this Mammoth team to still succeed or not. I just felt quite disrespected by a lot of these Mammoth fans because I remember those whiteout games when I was a kid. When they gave you something to cheer about, you were there.
DK on the Sports Tip, weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Make sure your family is well taken care of with life insurance. Protect your phones, laptops, and more with electronic device insurance. And cover your furry friends with pet health insurance.
This summer, there are 250 reasons to join T-Mobile.
Girls trip? Booked. And switching to T-Mobile helped make it happen.
With Experience Beyond, switch and get $100 back. Plus, $650 in value in built-in plan benefits. That's $750 in your first year, guaranteed.
And honestly, that $100 back, I'm putting it towards the zip line.
Now that's how you do summer.
Exactly. Best switch I ever made.
This is just one reason to join T-Mobile this summer. There are 250 reasons. Find yours.
Savings based on the value of benefits included with Experience Beyond, like entertainment and 1 year of AAA Classic and Dash Pass on us. Benefits may require activation. See plan for details. Get $100 via virtual prepaid MasterCard with eligible ported, no cash access, and expires in 6 months. Issued by Sunrise Banks, N.A. member FDIC. Allow 8 weeks.
Your business isn't a science experiment. So at Cumulus Digital, we don't speculate, we execute with a proven framework delivering results 25% better than industry standards. Go to cumulusdigital.com, fill out our form, and move from guessing to knowing.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. America's Big 250 starts this month. Did you know Tucson's first Presidio is 250 plus? If you're not careful, you can still experience those original dirt roads crossing town in the bottom of wagon wheel busts and suspension slaying potholes. It's why Arizona drivers count on Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care to protect their tires and suspension for life with Jack's Plus Pack. Every passenger and light truck tire we install comes with a free alignment check and 12 additional services, including professional installation and lifetime tire maintenance. If you're shopping around, Jack's got you covered with major brands and budget-friendly tire options. Compare Jack's total installed price. Backed by our low price promise, we've got you covered completely through both our seasons, monsoon and road construction. Check out Jack's Plus Pack, a $249 value at jackfurriers.com. So make an appointment online, call ahead, or just stop by any of our 14 award-winning locations. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care since 1960, we're here to get you there.
Your next success can begin sooner than you think. At University of Maryland Global Campus, undergraduate and most graduate classes start August 12th. Apply now and save with no application fee. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
From offices and warehouses to retail spaces and restaurants, the right lighting transforms your environment. At Arizona Commercial Lighting, we've been proudly locally owned and operated for nearly 40 years. Our extensive inventory of in-stock lighting solutions is designed to meet both commercial and residential needs, with quality, variety, and value you won't find anywhere else. Visit us at 1436 East 17th Street or explore our offerings online at azcommerciallighting.com. Be sure to ask about available TEP rebates. Arizona Commercial Lighting, powering business through precision lighting.
A fiduciary has the regulatory obligation to put your best interest first. Trajan Wealth is a financial fiduciary for your investments. Call today, 520-200-1600.
Securities offered through Trajan Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. I've got a sweet deal coming up for you this Friday from Barrio Brewing Company. You can get a $50 gift certificate for just $25. This sweet deal goes on sale every Friday. Every time I have a sweet deal, it's Friday at 8:30 a.m. You can just set your watch, set your alarm clock. Fridays for 8:30 or your alarm on your phone so you know when to jump on and get a sweet deal from DK. Barrio Brewing Company has been brewing in Arizona for 35 years. They offer legendary, locally fresh brewed beer along with great food, all in a wonderful and quirky industrial-type atmosphere. Barrio's family-friendly, which includes dog-friendly. They've got a patio there. Enjoy popular local brews like the Barrio Blonde, the Mexican Lager, my favorite, the Barrio de Rojo, along with seasonal favorites like the Beach Ale and the Candy Sour. I tried a new one. My wife and I, we remember last weekend we were celebrating our anniversary, so we did a staycation this past weekend up at the Westward Look. I don't know if you've ever been to the Westward Look, but you should really go and spend a weekend up there. Some fascinating history up at the Westward Look. They just need to do a little bit better job taking care of the tennis courts because the tennis courts are all cracked up. I can't play tennis on a cracked tennis court. But other than that, it's just a beautiful, beautiful facility and a great place to hang out. So there was a young lady that was serving samples of Barrio samples at the bar on Saturday, and I think I had the beach ale was the one that I sampled. Not bad, little. It's kind of like a weedy, light style beer, but I'm sure you would definitely like it. Perfect for this time of year, much lighter than some of the other beers. They've got happy hour Monday through Friday, 3 to 6, $1 off draft, special appetizers like nachos and carne fries. More information about their beer selection, food options, head on over to their website, barriobrewing.com. And don't forget, this sweet deal is Friday morning, 8:30 a.m., $50 gift certificate for $25 right over at Wildcats Radio 1290. All right, I want to get back to the Diamondbacks real quick here because I mentioned that a little bit of an injury on Sunday, swing injury to Corbin Carroll. He had to leave the ball game, took a little bit of an awkward swing and kind of hyperextended his elbow. Here's what Torey Lovello said after the game about Corbin's awkward swing injury.
Corbin is day-to-day. It was a hyperextended right elbow, and he just felt a little zing in there, and it was very unusual, I'm sure, as it was happening, to pinch hit Barossa for Corbin, but Corbin could play defense. I was told he was unable to take his at-bat, but I was going to run it out as far as I could and keep him on the field for as long as possible, but he'll be day-to-day.
All right, so that was what Torey had to say after the game last night. I'm sure he's probably spoken on this today. Currently, we're looking at the lineup for this game that starts in about an hour or so, and Corbin Carroll is not in the lineup. Now, he did speak to the media prior to in the locker room during the open session today. Here's what Corbin Carroll had to say about his injury situation.
You read it, Jamie. All right, Corbin, how are you feeling today?
Feel good. Yeah, ready to go.
What were you feeling? Because we kind of saw you grimace and yell.
Hyperextended by elbow. So just that.
Have you felt that before?
Yes, but just got it pretty good and lingered, which hasn't necessarily been an issue in the past. So that was how that one differed.
Have you, we see you're not in there today. Is that just kind of getting a day, or is it due to the little bit of soreness maybe? Or?
No, I'm available. If there's a situation late in the game, I'm sure I'll be in there. But if that situation doesn't arise, then just give it a day.
That's Corbin Carroll talking today. So he is available if needed tonight, but not in the current starting lineup for your Diamondbacks. Let me see who's starting in center field today. We got Tim Tawa. Tim Tawa will play center field. Ketel Marte DHing today, and the rest of the outfield is Waldschmidt and Barossa with the rookie Mitch Bratt on the bump tonight for your Diamondbacks with first pitch coming up at 6:40. So hopefully nothing too serious. Just give the guy a day of rest before getting him back out in the lineup, because definitely you want him out there. You bounce back and get a couple of wins on that series. In fact, let's hear from the skipper, Torey Lovello, on after that first night. We talked about the Ketel Marte didn't challenge, and that cost you a victory on Friday night, but the D-backs came back and won on Saturday and Sunday. Let's hear from Torey on getting the series win.
I watched player after player make a sacrifice and a commitment to one another to go out there and win inches all over the field. When it seemed like we were flatlined, we just gave ourselves a little bit of life by loading up the bases against a pitcher that had our number there for the first couple times, and we scored a few runs and felt like we were right back in it. And the early parts of this game was tough to go out and I'm sure be a part of from a player standpoint. Erod had a tough time finding the zone in that third inning, and then everybody from that point forward grouped together and fought to win a baseball game, and that's what's super inspiring to me, and that's what makes me most proud of these guys, is the way they went out there and did it. And then you have some individual performances. The Kepler at bat was super clean. It was a game-winning base hit, and you get to celebrate. And be famous tonight on MLB Network. They're going to be talking about you when they introduce our game. Nothing better for these players to be recognized for a special moment. But the Arenado home run hit 1,999. That's awesome. The Perdomo chip home run, the base hit the other way that goes for an inside park home run. Those are just quality at-bats. And we did all sorts of things like that from innings, 4 through 9 or 10. And that's why we won this game.
Great. Troy Lavello, after the game, in fact, he mentioned Nolan Arenado. He'll start today at third base, just one hit away from 2,000 on his career. My guy on my fantasy team. Let's hear that home run yesterday from my guy, my fantasy guy.
Arenado, it's on its way, and we are tied. He's done it, and he's one shy of 2,000. They were down 7-0. It's 7-7.
Yeah, Diamondbacks down 7-0 in that game on Sunday. Came back, rallied to win it on a walk-off by Max Kepler in the bottom of the ninth, 8-7. A's come to town. They finally did get a win. They'd lost 9 in a row, but they lost on Sunday, so they are still reeling. An A's team that is reeling. This is a team you want to definitely take advantage of this week. These are the games you got to win.
What are you going to do, move them to another city?
It's just weird to look at the standings and just see everybody else is like San Diego, San Francisco, Arizona, Texas, Seattle, and it just says athletics with no city in front of it. It's just weird.
I mean,
it's weird.
Again, I did live in Emeryville for 2 years. So, like, but that's right in between Oakland and Berkeley on the East Bay, if people don't know where that is. And, I mean, guys, my name is John Madden. So, clearly, I've had some kind of Raider fans come up to me my whole life. So, the idea that the Raiders and the A's are no longer in East Bay is just, it's never going to not be weird to me.
They have lost now they've lost 16 of their last 18 games.
Ownership group didn't want, I mean, clearly the moves they made 3 years ago, they didn't want to win games. I don't know what they're doing now.
16 of their last 18 games.
They got the okay to move to Vegas. I mean, you can start winning now, guys.
That's lost. All right, DK on the Sports Tip, 520-848-1290. When we come back, we will get you 47 days to Arizona football. I'll let you know an offensive lineman that we're going to be keeping an eye on during fall camp, which is just around the corner. We'll also get you your Casino del Sol replay. Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives with your traffic and your weather.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together. With some slowdowns eastbound Aviation Parkway approaching and passing Keno. Earlier collisions, Park Avenue north of Speedway, First Avenue, and Lambert Lane. And I'm Cricket, and your weather, 76 the overnight low chance of rain tonight, into tomorrow, 93 the high tomorrow, and 98 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. And now, a no-frills ad brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Here it is. You could save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. That's it. See? Just a good old-fashioned, straightforward ad. See if you could save at Progressive.com.
Did you hear what we're talking about?
In full fabulous flow, Pepe down the left-hand side.
It wouldn't be the beautiful game without some full fabulous flow. Christian Pulisic.
Gotta have it, man. Gotta have it.
DK on the Sports Tip, weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m.
This is a Westwood One Sports Minute.
It took until the 106th minute and 11 shots on goal before Spain finally broke through to score their only goal to beat Argentina 1-0 and become World Cup champions. Spain's run to the title was nothing short of historic, having only given up a single goal in the 8 games of the entire tournament, a new record. They were by far the best of the tournament, and even the late heroics of Messi and Argentina couldn't do them in. I'm Adam Abdallah.
Damn, Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea just got harder with Twisted Tea Extreme. Twisted Tea Extreme is made with real brewed tea, goes down smooth, and an 8% kick of alcohol. Dial up the fun with Twisted Tea Extreme. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
In a world parched for excitement, Twisted Tea's your refreshing thrill ride of flavor. The hard iced tea that's smooth, made with real brewed tea and 5% alcohol. Twisted Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Some things can steal your sunshine.
Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Most of us are one good deal away from finally replacing that worn-out rug, fixing up the backyard, or getting the bedroom we actually want. Good news, that deal's almost here. Wayfair's Black Friday and July sale. Get up to 80% off area rugs and up to 60% off outdoor and bedroom furniture. Shop Wayfair's huge selection of styles and find the piece to fit your style, budget, and space. Plus, free shipping. Black Friday in July ends July 27th. Shop today at wayfair.com.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Life happens. Lucky for you, ICCU has a new kind of checking account that comes with benefits that help you life better. Because being human is a full-time job.
Here's your chance to double your money with a sweet deal from Barrio Brewing Company. You can get a $50 gift certificate and you pay just $25.
Barrio Brewing Company has been brewing for Arizona for 35 years and offers legendary locally brewed beer along with great food, all in a wonderful and distinctive industrial atmosphere. Barrio is family friendly, which includes a dog-friendly patio located just outside of downtown Tucson at 800 East 16th Street. Enjoy popular local brewed beers like Barrio Blonde, Mexican Lager, and Barrio Rojo. Stop by for happy hour Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. for $1 off drafts along with special appetizers like nachos and carne fries. Food and beer available for dine-in or to go. Check out their entire beer and food menu, along with a great selection of cool merchandise online at barriobrewing.com. The friendly employee owners of Barrio Brewing Company look forward to seeing you soon.
This Barrio Brewing Company sweet deal goes on sale this Friday morning at 8:30 at WildcatsRadio1290.com.
In this market, you're either a follower or a leader. While followers settle for the average, Cumulus Digital gives leaders the edge, beating industry averages by 25%. Go to cumulusdigital.com, fill out the form, and take the lead.
From work to errands to family life, your car takes a beating. At Recon Auto Detailing, we don't just protect it, we maintain it.
They installed my ceramic coating in shop, and now their mobile team keeps it looking brand new, right in my driveway.
Ceramic coatings, PPF, tint, all installed professionally at Recon Auto Detailing. And with our mobile detailing, we keep that fresh, protected look mile after mile. One-stop shop, zero hassle. That's Recon Auto Detailing, Ceramic Pro West, Tucson.
So, what is it that scares you the most?
The blue trucks from Essential Pest Control, Doctor. They leave bugs belly up.
I use one of those national companies.
Thanks, Doc. Those guys don't scare me.
Fall is termite season. Go blue with Essential Pest Control. We'll eliminate those termites, bugs, and weeds. Buy local and stop paying too much with those national providers. Essential Pest Control is a bug's worst nightmare.
I can't sleep at night.
Essential Pest Control. Call 866-3029. That's 866-3029. Or visit essentialpest.com.
If your yard is the talk of the neighborhood, make sure it's for all the right reasons. Call Dorado Rock and Materials. For landscape gravel to boulders and everything in between, Dorado Rock and Materials will make sure you and your yard are covered.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Down on the baseline, pass tipped away, stolen Kyer, ahead to Terry, Cats 2-on-1. Dalen Terry, slam it home with the right hand.
Arizona on the fly, Dalen Terry with a big-time finish in the open court.
Plenty of time here on the shot clock. Matherin around a Coloco screen. Works it inside the arc, throw it underneath Dalen Terry, lay it up and good.
Big-time catch there and finish a tough catch for the easy two-pointer.
76-68, Wildcats, 4 minutes to go.
Dalen Terry going to be a Philadelphia 76er, hopefully, if he makes it onto the squad next year. Played a few games for them this past year, did Dalen, after being traded by the Chicago Bulls. In fact, got into 14 games down the stretch with the Sixers and averaged 4 points during those 14 games that he played. We had Sam Smith on last week. And one of the things that he said was that the reasons that it didn't really work out for Dalen in Chicago was because, one, he doesn't really have a position, and two, he doesn't necessarily have a standout NBA skill. Well, we had some folks that commented on our Twitter page. JJ Flopuro4 chimes in. He is a fan of AC Milan. Either you guys watch AC Milan? In your
I have.
football?
I don't actively, no.
Okay. He has on his thing Forza Milan. Do you know what Forza Milan means?
Not off the top of my head, no.
I think it just means go Milan. In Milan that's Italy, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that would be Italian. JJ says, in terms of Dalen and the comments by Sam Smith, he says, another example of a player leaving college too early with no real discernible offensive skill set. There are athletes being drafted every year to replace the athletes that came in previously with no game. Very short shelf life for that type of player profile, says JJ Flopuro 4, a fan of AC Milan and a fan of your Arizona Wildcats.
And a fan of Forza, apparently.
And of Forza.
That's a video game company, by the way.
Yeah, and it's interesting. Just kind of like what he's saying there is like you get these group of kids to come in and they'll be on the rosters, and maybe obviously you get a 2, 3, 4 year deal. First round picks generally it's 4 years. That's how long Dalen was with the Bulls. But then you get the same type of player coming in. I think we're going to see that change. Just simply because of the fact of NIL now, and this was one of the things I didn't get a chance to ask Sam Smith that I wish that I had of, is I think because we're going to have, more older players coming into the league from college, I think maybe we might see less of that moving forward, hence the deeper draft we saw this year in the first round. We still have to wait to see what happens with all of those guys, but I'm going to be interested to watch over the next few years just the number of first round picks who become rotational players versus maybe picks 18 to lower in the first round who don't maybe ever get the opportunity to crack a rotation like Dalen has struggled to do.
How about the 26 Summer League MVP? That would be Yaxel Lindenberg, who's like 29 years old. So yeah.
I don't think they're going to be quite that old. He's definitely the outlier.
It's really simple. There's only 8,722 players who have ever played in an NBA basketball game. So when you're talking about the talent coming from Europe, the last 5 MVPs have all been either from Canada or Europe, right?
Yep. Yeah.
So, the influx of talent from non-Americans has never been greater. And it's just a simple matter of that old adage, DK, when you're the best player on your 7th grade team and the best player on your 9th grade team and the best player as a freshman in college and all of those things, I think sometimes you get lost in the I'm dominant.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of those guys who just kind of get by on their athleticism, or maybe they have one skill that shines really brightly in high school or college. Well, at the NBA, that's great. Now do it 3 days a week and don't ever stop doing it. Every single time you touch the ball, you got to knock that shot down. And I just think, to that commenter's point, there's so many players who are ready and willing to take those spots. Because again, a very small number is the alumni base of the NBA in general. And right now, there are a ton of guys. And not only that, but who just won the finals? Jalen Brunson, 6-1.
Yeah.
So there was a period there in the early 2000s, basically till about 5-6 years ago, where athleticism was prime, and you would always draft guys who were 6'8" and athletic and teach them how to shoot. And I think nowadays, because the skill level is so crazy, obviously guys who are 5'8" are going to struggle. But if you're a tweener, if you're a little smaller and have a skill set, like you're a great ISO player, really good defender, really good knockdown shooter, then you're going to find a home. And some of those ultra athletes, I mean, who's the guy from Golden State who everybody wanted for the past 4 years because Coach Kerr wasn't utilizing him right? Went to Washington, had a couple of really good games. Nobody wants him right now.
Yeah.
Ultra athletes who don't have NBA skills are less in demand now than they've ever been because there's a lot of skilled players out there.
All right, let's give you your Casino del Sol replay for today.
The Casino del Sol replay is brought to you by Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf.
FC Tucson currently plays on the 4th division of the soccer pyramid. They have had some players at this level before that have been able to ascend to the U.S. men's national team. Aaron Long, Aaron Herrera among two of those. I asked John Perlman if we have any current players who could potentially see national team opportunities in the future.
You know, that's a really, really tough question to answer because that's such a unique level. And to be fair, to be transparent, when you look at USL League 2, the players that have that type of potential are not coming through college ranks, which is the vast majority of players we have. We don't have a player currently in Tucson that really is locked into the national team or 100%. I mean, I can see, somebody, I think, obviously for me, I think DeAndre Pickett has a real opportunity to play in the MLS and be a center back at that level. I think he is uniquely positioned for that. But, I mean, when you're talking about national team play, and I also don't know the lineages, there may be real opportunities. I'm not sure what players we have also may be of Spanish birth, but may also have a parent that could, have them play on El Salvador or something like that, a country that's maybe a little bit more attainable per se. So we're always looking that way. And, but for me, I think it's, I hope it's a shorter period of time, but I would be more looking to the top, 14 or 15-year-olds in Tucson and try to get them in the right environment so they may have national team opportunities. That's kind of where my focus is. And, we've had a couple of our players from Tucson are now have either played in Mexico and come back or are still playing even in Leon right now. And so hopefully maybe one of those players can break into our national team or break into Mexico. And it's always exciting to follow and cheer them on.
John Perlman, our guest, FC Tucson. John, no moral victories, obviously, but you all lost 1-0 to San Francisco City FC the other night, and that was a team that came in having scored 40 goals on the season. So to hold them to 1 goal says a lot. What was just your thoughts on that match and just the end of the season? We saw a really exciting win over Capo the weekend prior to get you guys an opportunity to get back to the postseason.
Yeah, I really am just proud of the group. Obviously, it was a game effort. I mean, you look at in the season, obviously, all teams lose players to injury and sometimes callbacks to colleges. But when you look at our team losing, Joel Sangwa, one of our starting center backs before that game, our starting 6, Bendix, losing, not having available either of our top 2 center forwards, and then losing our starting winger as well. I mean, those things add up when you're chasing a game, you're trying to find those right ingredients to score. I really wanted us to get that first goal there, but I thought the effort was unquestioned all the way through the season, especially through the last games, including the playoff match. I mean, we threw everything with the kitchen sink at them to try to get a goal, and it just didn't happen. And we gave up the set-piece goal, unfortunately, which we did on a couple occasions this year. Again, maybe a little bit against the run of play, but again, proud of the team. We play in a tough division. Obviously, Ventura had their way with San Francisco. I'd like to think it's because we wore them down a bit. But the most important thing is those players got better. They had a good experience. We're hoping that they'll be able to move on in their career, and they feel great about here. And, it's we start again, we build again, and we look to be even better and make sure that we're appreciating both the local talent that performed so well for us and those who came in and became unofficial Tucson citizens for the summer.
Today's Casino del Sol replay is brought to you by Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf.
All right, 47 days until Arizona football. We'll come back tomorrow. We'll be at 46 days. I'll tell you about that offensive lineman to watch that we'll be keeping an eye on in camp tomorrow. DK on the sports tip when we reconvene here at 3:00 Eastern time, Mountain Standard
Cardinals
time.
and Panthers pretty soon too, huh?
Yep.
Yes, we will be
Hall of Fame game.
We will be carrying the Carolina Panthers once again for the second consecutive season. Wide receiver Tetsuo McMillan from the University of Arizona and defensive back Lathan Ransom from South Point Catholic High School. So looking forward to that. I was emailing with the folks in Charlotte. They actually invited me out. They said, "Hey, jump on a plane and come out here. We'll take care of you." I'm like, okay. I might have to look at that on the bye week and see if the Panthers are going to be home and maybe take a chance to go out and see a game down at Bank of America Stadium for sure. All right, that's going to wrap things up for us. Thanks to JW Madden. Thanks to Dragon Ball. Thanks to Cricket. Appreciate John Perlman for joining us on the show today as well. And as always, most of all, thanks to you for listening. We'll be back with you tomorrow, 3:00. Join us then. DK on the Sports Tip. Have a great night, everybody. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic. And we've got a reported wreck that occurred at Park and Speedway, Park Avenue to the north of Speedway Boulevard. Work on Grant east of Country Club to Swan Road. You could use Pima instead. At Grant and Alvernon, travels down to one lane each direction. No left turns permitted. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. And now, a no-frills ad brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Here it is. You could save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. That's it. See? Just a good old-fashioned, straightforward ad. See if you could save at Progressive.com.
Congrats to Tommy Lloyd and your Arizona Wildcats on a historic season.
Brayden Smith will not foul him. Wildcats headed to their 5th Final Four.
We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
Download our app. It slaps. Nobody covers Southern Arizona sports like we do. Don't miss out on any of the highlights, stories, and analysis. The flagship home for Arizona Wildcats athletics, Wildcats Radio 1290.
At University of Maryland Global Campus, we know you're no stranger to setting big goals, whether in school, at work, or in life, and you're ready for more. At UMGC, we offer the skills-based education you need to move your career forward. Learn how to apply AI, data science, and other emerging tech, plus gain skills in leadership and critical thinking. You've come far. Succeed again. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start August 12th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Looking for top-notch lumber and framing? Johnson Manley Lumber has been your trusted expert since 1970, specializing in both residential and commercial projects. Our experienced teams, cutting-edge technology, and reliable supply chain ensure your framing is on time and on budget every time. We're proud to be employee-owned and community-rooted in Tucson. Learn more at johnsonmanley.net. Proud supporter of the University of Arizona radio broadcast. Go Wildcats.
Looking for a reliable auto repair shop in Tucson? Look no further than Integrity Automotive and Diesel. Family owned and operated, we're conveniently located on Ina just east of I-10. We pride ourselves on helping you understand your vehicle and keeping it road ready. As a Parts Plus and Mastercraft tire dealer, we offer a nationwide warranty for peace of mind. Stop by for a free AC check. Call us at 520-744-9710 or visit integrityautorepairs.com. Proud sponsor of the Arizona Wildcats radio broadcast.
In Tucson, Cool Willie's knows desert dust, dirt, and debris are the #1 AC killers when the heat hits. That's why our signature tune-up is the best way to get your system summer ready. Right now, we're offering a preseason AC reset, a deep internal clean where our technicians remove built-up dust, restore airflow, and prep your home before temperatures spike. First-time customers get their preseason AC reset for just $39, normally $129. Appointments fill fast before the first heat wave. Go to coolwillies.com and click Book Now.
And now, a no-frills ad sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Here it is. You can save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. That's it. See? Just a good old-fashioned, straightforward ad. See if you can save at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE or Progressive.com.
Think of waking up with energy, standing tall and feeling free. Think First Chiropractic. Good health is to enjoy.
For over 40 years, Tucson has been putting its trust in First Chiropractic for auto and on-the-job injuries. They're locally owned and a proud sponsor of the U of A radio broadcasts. So if you've been injured, make the right choice. First
Chiropractic. Good health is to enjoy.
Well, there ain't no bigger bummer than a really sucky plumber who takes your paycheck of 2 weeks. Yeah, we're still dealing with these leaks. We should have called around plumbing first. Those other plumbers are the worst. So we went to their website. Man, they know how to lay pipe right. RoundPlumbingAZ.com. Yeah, Round Plumbing is the bomb. RoundPlumbingAZ.com.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com.
The day